child enjoyed the snow. He was fond to play outdoors and go upon the slopes and around the wood. He'd play outside all night if he could. And why not? He thought, it is my right. I think I'll stay outside all night. So silly Herschel, he ran from home, free to play and free to roam. Alright. He made a friend that very night to keep him from dismay and fright. He bestowed to it his scarf and his hat while initiating a cordial chat. Then out jumped the beast, carnivorous and wild, with intentions to feast on the guts of the child. Herschel's new friend only stood there and smirked. He had given no warning of the brute that lurked. Faster and faster you run through the snow. Poor little waif, you have nowhere to go. You think you're having fun, but if you only knew, just around the corner, death is waiting for you. Terrified and betrayed, Herschel ran for his soul as the creature pursued like a badger and troll. The boy fled with haste, for if he were caught, he'd be both gonna die as he left to rot. Just up ahead, a man dressed in red stood in the snow, though he looked to be dead. Herschel beseeched him, sir, can you help? I'm too young to die, I'm only a whelp. But suddenly the beast with an impetuous brace vanquished the man by clutching his face. The willful child wished for his bed, he knew he'd be next, but the old man was dead. Faster and faster you run through the snow. Poor little waif, you have nowhere to go. You think you're having fun, but if you only knew, just around the corner, death is waiting for you. Great was the requital of the man, to say the least. Like the wind from a fly, he pulled the arm from the beast. The bloody thing shrieked, but the man didn't care. His expression was vacant as he proceeded to tear. The immaculate snow became smirched with gore as the monster convulsed, causing blood to pour. Herschel was saved, or so he assumed, but he couldn't perceive that his future was doomed. Cause the man's intention to engage in the fight was to have the boy for his own delight. Herschel was seized and dragged away, his remains were found the following day. Faster and faster you run through the snow. Poor little waif, you have nowhere to go. You think you're having fun, but if you only knew, just around the corner, death is waiting for you. Faster and faster you run through the snow. Poor little waif, you have nowhere to go. You think you're having fun, but if you only knew, just around the corner, death is waiting for you. Faster and faster you run through the snow. Poor little waif, you have nowhere to go. You think you're having fun, but
Won't you stay with me, my darling, when this house don't feel like home, when this house don't feel like home. Oh, ashes, ashes, dust to dust, the devil's after both of us. Oh, lay my curses all to rest, make a mercy out of me. This tired old machine is so rumbling. Oh my, oh my. Singing songs to the secrets behind my eye. Oh my, oh my. All my aching bones are trembling, and I may yet fall apart. Won't you stay with me, my darling, when the war starts in my heart? When the war starts in my heart. Oh, ashes, ashes, dust to dust, the devil's after both of us. Oh, lay my curses all to rest, make a mercy out of me. Oh, ashes, ashes, dust to dust, tell me I am good enough. Oh, lay my curses all to rest, make a mercy out of.
Okay, hey chat. Say hi, folks. Thank you, very nice, boss.
Hello.
Yep.
That's right, Vicky.
There you go, got me on. And I love that that video you posted of the shark biting the fiber optic cables. Sea cables.
Yeah, that's how I was this morning.
Silly little sharky.
Like, it's so funny because, like,
Will?
what did you think? Like, after the, like, the fifth bite of getting nothing, it's like one of those gamblers. You know, it's like,
it's just, you know, they're retarded creatures, and that's why people like them.
oh yeah, I love that video of this guy just rotating the shark.
Yeah, I'd fucking be willing to be around them in the ocean. The problem is they fucking eat me. Because here's the thing. Wild animals usually don't attack people willingly as much as the media tells you otherwise. However, it is still not a good idea to go in shark-infested fucking waters and try to pet them like dogs.
Yeah, you had to go into those areas. Like, maybe the small sharks you could probably pet, but even those, someone will bite you by accident.
Yeah.
Like, the really, really small ones, aside, like, corgis, they will sometimes bite. I've seen the videos of that. Where it started with the guy getting pet and then he took a little nibble out of the human.
What are they? The nurse sharks or something? The little brown ones? They'll be like in like aquariums and stuff. I think
Oh,
they're
yeah.
pretty docile.
I think fucking yeah, except yellow jackets, those are just assholes to everyone. But yeah, a fucking lemon shark or a tiger shark, yeah, you can get away with being around those. It's just, I mean, it's got to be at least one of them
I think,
because you don't want to get swarmed.
well, I think, wait, is the lemon shark that are protective of humans and they'll
No.
chase away tigers or vice versa?
I forgot. All I know is that one of them gets really fucking jealous if you hang around other sharks.
Yeah, let me see. Can I remember because someone made a really funny comic of it? Let's see.
Yandere sharks of the world.
Yeah, Brotherhood. At least sharks don't rape. I'll give you this. They will kill me, but they will not rape me before killing me like dolphins. So yeah, I respect sharks.
They're the evil ones.
Yeah,
they're
shark.
smart enough to be evil.
Yeah. Lemon sharks may occasionally get possessive of divers, giving attention to every shark and will try to chase off any tiger shark of whom the lemon shark might be jealous.
Alright.
So that's what they are.
Fuck.
I love when the shark was eating the camera and it spit it out when he couldn't, finish eating it.
Yeah. But boss, sharks are ready to reel with. Just rotate them. Okay, you need to rephrase that.
See, look how dumb this thing looks. It's amazing.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Let's see, who wrote that? But boss. Sarfs are ready to be real with. Yeah, okay, I can see what you mean.
God damn it. Does that mean lemon sharks are the women of the shark species? No, you see, women don't... See, here's the thing. Women don't get jealous. They just cheat on you physically. Do they think you're emotionally invested in someone else? Because here's the thing, chat. Unlike lemon sharks, they like you. Women are just spiteful bitches that will do everything in their power to make your life miserable.
So on my way home, it was raining, and I realized... So yeah, women will hype up other women into doing long-term destruction in their lives, where men will hype up other men to do short-term destruction on their lives. So like, men will be like, yeah, go slide down that giant hill in a shopping cart with fireworks right now, where women will be like, you know what, maybe you should break up with your long-term boyfriend.
We'll be briefly aggressive. They'll be vindictive for the rest of their lives.
Oh yeah.
I guess. Fuck you. God. It's really funny though, because I'm like the idealized male that gets pussy all the time, but I hate women at the same time. It's very fun.
Well, like, you're like that kind of like that stereotype misogynist that all the women still fall for.
Yeah. Okay. Well, to be fair, today I have a reason to be misogynistic.
Oh yeah. Also, no, Punic, the dogs of the sea are just seals. Like, those are the actual dogs of the sea. They are hilarious. I love when seals would come with the divers. And I like one seal, she would come with the divers, she was trying to close the diver's feet, because she thought the diver was a seal and wasn't, swimming right. So she was trying to correct him.
I went to Catalina Island once, and there was a seal. It was like trying to fish for the areas. It actually would like hurt him to like the concrete dock. So it'd slap the fish and try to get him to go headfirst into the concrete dock. So it'd eat him that way after they'd been clubbed to death, basically.
Oh, wow.
That's great. Totally boss detective. It was supposed to be easy to deal with, but autocorrect is fucking down, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason I never had friends, especially female friends. Well, Mabel, it's kind of hard to ruin your life long term when it's already ruined at birth.
Damn. Here we go. Found the meme. I found the one meme about dolphins. Let's go. Save image.
There we go.
Desktop.
Hope you're doing good, mate.
Slide. Yeah. And then images. Grab. Desktop. This is one of my favorite dolphin images. Chat.
Oh. How sharks are portrayed in the media. Sharks IRL. I'm gonna do a stream. Blip. How dolphins are portrayed in the media.
Dolphins IRL.
Yeah, you got a tight pussy on you, boy.
I never want to take that image of the dark dolphin. It says, "I don't want to be part of your symphony." Could you see that meme going around?
Mabel, I'm not liking the stream until I make it entertaining, alright?
There we go. I need to get that. I should have that. Wait, let me see if I can find that. Wait, Dolphin, King of the Hill. I'm gonna see if I can get when we do the King of the Hill read. I'm gonna put that GIF up from King of the Hill. Yes, it's it. Yes, it's there. We have it.
Yay!
Save. Also, if the stream randomly goes out, it's because my internet died because it's storming right now. Let's add to the ambiance.
Yeah.
Look at this dude.
You jump scared me with the soundboard.
This nigga streaming out there in a thunderstorm.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Do you guys want to start out with the King and Hill one?
You know what? Sure. I want to do a terrible Hank Killing version.
Oh, that would be great.
Let's do it.
Well, let me quickly, Should I put some spooky music on? Okay, 1 second. We are on True DBT. True DBT. PS1. We don't have to give them open anyway. Make sure we don't need a deceiver. Delete. Properties. Yeah. Good. We don't need Deltarune. Undertale. DMC1. We're back to the source. I don't know what this is. Delete. Okay, window. Brave. And audio beta source. Here we go. And then drag and drop you down here. Well, let me see if I can find some spooky music to play.
I know how to make it scarier. You put this little fucker at like the bottom right part of the screen. Hold on, let me find it. Yeah, this is how you make it scarier, Nora.
Oh, I have that critter. Okay, look flower. Music. Gotta put this open. There we go, with the really low in the background music. And then let's put some images, open. Oh, I thought the Nick Fuentes image loaded in. Oh, we can't see chat right now.
That's bullshit.
There we go.
Like my honest reaction to any time there's a slight technical issue in a Nora's stream. Oh my god.
You're just gonna play it on an endless loop during my streams then. And of course that Hank Hill being assaulted gif. Okay.
First little creature you created, boss.
Yeah. I hate and love this thing.
It was a very fun time making it.
Of course.
I uploaded the video of us making it, so if you want to watch it.
Maybe later.
Yeah.
Maybe later.
The best part is when he pulled up that fucking Timberlake edit with the niggers hanging off the tree. That was fucking great.
I just type it into Google and this is what I get. It's just it's a lynching. Okay, like Bates Google apparently.
Yeah, Google was having a laugh that day.
Oh yeah. Okay, so everybody can see the screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, you two sig.
See it.
Good.
Yeah. It's the King of the Hill lost episode.
Okay. Let me see. Oh. Yeah, I got some water. One second. Let me take a sip. Okay, I'll start it off. I'll start the first paragraph off. We'll just do like paragraph. Go from paragraph for paragraph. Okay. We all know about the 1997 series King of the Hill. It is still airing on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim block, but I encountered something dark with the series, something in late 2007. I was in a Goodwill store to buy some N64, it's always N64 with these people, games, because the store normally had a good stock of retro games. Let's see, it had, yeah, we'll go Boston Sig, because that's what the icons are on the stream.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You're right here, boss.
However, when I strolled over to the VHS section in the back, just then remembered that I owned a VCR. One of the first things I saw was the Titanic VHS tapes, the one that came in 2 tapes, but in one dust cover.
I thought that it would be a good movie for me and the wife, as she had never seen it before. To ensure the tapes would be functional, I took one of the tapes out of the dual VHS dust cover, only to see something unexpected. It was a VHS tape with a crooked sticker on it. Written in Sharpie was Off Stream, Season 1, Episode 1 in R. I inspected the other tape, and it said do an abbreviation, but King of the Hill, Season 1, Episode 2, rated PG. I assumed it was Part 2. I did not know why one 22 to 23 minute episode took 2 VHS tapes or even why they were being sold as Titanic, but I was curious. I bought the 2 tapes for $2.22. How convenient. When I got home, nobody was there but me. Therefore, I had to take up the painstaking process of uncoiling the stiff coax cables and the bulky VCR. I soon tuned the TV to Channel 3 and began viewing King of the Hill, Season 1, Episode 1, not rated.
It's funny, because I still had my VHS. We're still using VHS in 2007, consistently. So it's weird that he stopped. Also, I did not believe any woman in 2007 did not see a Titanic yet. My mother already saw Titanic and didn't go to the theaters.
Completely falsified right there from that.
Yeah, because like I said, my mother never goes to the theater and she saw Titanic. Because I think she saw it on TV because they aired on TV like 5 times a year. It had a regular opening of the first episode of King of the Hill, but without the music, it was just a silent camera panning over the city of Ireland. It began normally. After that was Bobby at the baseball game and Hank yelling at him. As we all know, Bobby did not succeed. This was where everything started to get weird. On the ride home, Hank, Peggy, and Bobby were in complete silence, and this went on for about 3 minutes. No one was angry, no one had to express nasty, just completely blank face, with only silence for company.
Where am I?
Right here.
Your turn, boss.
Abruptly, as the family pulls into the driveway, it cut to a scene inside the house. Hank was yelling at Bobby for not giving the 110%. Hank then picked up the baseball and got into a throwing position. At this point, the video quality was getting very scraggly, and the volume level was raised to roughly 10%. Hank pegged the ball and it hit Bobby's nose. Peggy was seen in the background crying, and Hank simply told her to shoot the hell up. Bobby immediately cupped his nose and ran out of the room, crying the whole way. Oh, boo-hoo, you little shit. My dad would beat me over the head over a fucking 2x4 if I did something wrong. Get over it.
Should have known that was coming.
Let's see what's going on with chat. Let's see. Unfortunately, I do, and still terrifying. Arc. Oh my god, yes. Yakub Prophet. People are calling Neko the Yakub's Prophet now.
You know what? That's fitting.
We should have put some Yakub imagery in there.
Yeah, too late now.
Well, yeah. Let's see. Music Man. You know who else saw Titanic? Oh, Muscle Man. Why did I read that Music Man? This is awful. Mabel said this is awful already.
Yeah, Mabel. Shocker. Creepypastas were shit.
That's why we're doing this. Your turn, Sig.
Yep, okay. As Bobby was in the bathroom checking his nose, a social worker came to the door. Peggy greeted him as Hank sat on the sofa, relaxing as if nothing happened. From this point, the colors began to look more like the real episode. The scene with Hank telling the social worker off played as it did in the real episode. Suddenly, the scene from the officially aired episode cut to another scene, which was not from the real episode. It was a scene with more ragged video, yet the audio remained the same. The scene depicted Peggy sitting on the phone late at night, most likely contacting child services to tell them about how Hank purposely threw the baseball at Bobby. Hank suddenly walked through the doorway. He was in a bathrobe and had no glasses. Oh, now you know this is bad. He grabbed the phone.
Yeah. Who the hell is this? Hank yelled. See, these are source. I'll read up to here. These are source paragraphs. Who the hell is this? Hank yelled. This is the Department of Child Services, was the response. Hank's face quickly turned red. He slammed the phone back to the wall. He grasped Peggy's neck. You did cross. You do have to hear.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
You want to get more of those twig boys over here to put me in prison and take my boy away? He howled. The scene cuts to Hank taking Peggy by the back of the neck down the hallway to the backyard. Hank took a propane tank off of the grill and shoved the valve into Peggy's mouth. The video then went silent for a minute, simply showing the propane valve in Peggy's mouth. When the scene started moving again, Peggy's eyes slowly closed, and a voice was heard. Buck Strickland, forgive me for using propane for this.
Okay. Your turn, Sig.
I guess I'll go here. Okay. The only problem was when Hank said this. Hank did not even sound like Mike Judge, the creator of the show who voiced Hank. It sounded like an older and deeper voice. The screen went black after this. I'm gonna keep reading a little more.
Okay.
I fast-forwarded through the rest of the tape to make sure there was no more content on it. There was none. I just thought to myself, why so much wasted space? And at this point, I was really shaken up.
They always have the most dumbest questions.
Oh boy. I went to grab a cup of coffee. When I got back, I popped in the second tape. It was just a black screen. I fast-forwarded to check for content, and eventually came across stuff that was really starting to scare me. It was a funeral, but there were very few colors. There were only
No blocks allowed.
No blacks in Texas. And the colors of people's faces. It just did not seem like a real Koth episode. Oh, really? What was the first hint?
Okay. The funeral was for Peggy. Attending it with all the Hill neighbors, including some acquaintances, such as Hank's father, Cotton, and John Redcord. Even Hank was there, claiming that Peggy had committed suicide. As Peggy's coffin was lowered into the hole, it faded into an overhead view of it being lowered. This part really scared out of me. It was somewhat highly realistic image of Peggy in the coffin. The reason I said somewhat is because it looked real but still appeared to be drawn and not a real person. It was just a realistic cartoon. The scene then cut to Bobby, Hank, and Lady Bird sitting on the porch. Bobby had a queasy face, and Hank had one hand on the propane tank that he used to commit the murder. Bobby turned to his father. "Why did you do that, Dad? No, why did you do it, Dad?" he asked in a humble voice. Your boss.
I don't know, son. Hank responded. He almost looked like he was crying. He then stood up and walked inside, leaving Bobby and Lady Bird, who were still on the porch. It once again cut to a very dull scene with nothing but black, gray, and the skin colors. It was a scene that literally made me sick to my stomach. It was Hank hanging from the ceiling with a note pinned on him. It stayed focused on him swinging back and forth for 2 minutes or so, and then cut to the ending credits with the normal outro.
That would be absolutely hilarious. That was an awesome episode. There you go. Sick.
I was actually kind of laughing on the inside at the fact that the show was playing the regular ending credits after all that stuff happened. I was really more confused and creeped out at it. I went on some forums, but found nothing about this episode. However, I came across on Yahoo Answers who had a similar occurrence as me. They received a similar tape at a thrift shop in Johns Creek County in North Georgia. Well, that's a problem, you're in Georgia right there. A place about 20 miles away from where I got mine. I managed to get on an aim with this person, but I got no answers.
Okay. I was really curious at this point, so I drove about 40 miles and went right down to Cartoon Network and Turner Broadcast HQ. I knew the Fox Broadcasting made the show, but I assumed Cartoon Network had every episode on record, as they aired them all. Beforehand, I did some research and figured out who was in charge of broadcasting King of the Hill, so I found a receptionist in the studio and demanded to talk to him. Apparently, though, I needed a guest pass or some sort. Yeah, go figure, they're not gonna let some rando in. I was completely pissed off at this point, so I drove back at home. That's not true. Isn't that right, Sig? They just let Tom, Dick, and Harry into your studio, don't they?
Oh yeah, they just let anybody in. They just, when I worked there, they just swung the gates open at Warner Brothers, let anybody in. It was great.
Yeah, I was completely pissed off at this point, so I drove back home and put on my old sheriff's uniform. I was a sheriff for John Creek County about 3 years ago, so I went back through. It's unlawful, but I used my badge to talk to him. They're totally not going to recognize you from being there, an hour ago? Here you go, boss.
When I got into his office, he was just sitting at his desk talking on his phone. I walked up to him, threw the tapes on the desk, and demanded answers. He dropped the phone immediately and grabbed the tapes. I followed him to another office on the other side of the building. There was a small safe in this office. He opened it up and put the tapes in and locked it. He then told me to leave. I did not want to act like a sheriff anymore because I did not want to get in trouble with the law, so I left. I got home and flipped on the TV. Adult Swim was on, and I was so relieved to see a real episode of King of the Hill. Also, congratulations, you just gave away the only evidence this ever existing, you fucking retard.
Again, this is why I hate the movie Sinister, because it's the protagonist of Sinister. You get
To
sick.
this day, there are only 2 copies of this episode on 4 tapes, and he gave it up like an idiot. That I could find anything about on the internet. One of them, I assume, is still locked up in Cartoon Network studios. You may possibly come across more of them in thrift shops throughout the southeast.
I don't know. Where do you?
Opinion.
You were playing a
Jokes
sound.
on you. Cartoon going broke, so they'll be lost again.
Well, it's a weird wording. 2 copies on this episode on 4 tapes. I'm like, I get it. 'Cause you mean like there's? I don't know why it's weirdly worded. Let's see. Now, do I do?
You want?
Yeah.
You want to know my honest opinion on that story?
What?
Life is like a
my favorite. I love the 2 clips. One where the black guy's about to sing it, and they stop him, and the other one's when the husband and wife is painting, and the wife accidentally almost plays it because they don't know what it is, and the husband runs to stop her. Those are my 2 favorites.
Absolutely beautiful. Fucking piece
Yeah.
of shit.
Okay. Let's see now. What else? Hey, let's do one for arachnophobia. There you go.
Oh.
The worst experience to wake up to.
Alright, I'll take it away.
Let me zoom in so people can see it easier.
The worst. Oh boy.
There we go. There we go.
Oh
You
my
can start,
God,
boss?
fandom, why can't you design your sites better? Alright, I'll read this.
My vision is blurred and dark as I open my eyes. I can feel immense pressure in my head as I realize that I'm hanging upside down. As the clarity of my vision returns, I notice that the room I am in is completely unfamiliar to me. It looks like a dark, old, and decrepit basement from an abandoned crack house.
Yeah, you know a lot about that, won't you? I'll faggot. Okay. Well, I said I know a lot about that too, but anyways.
By the wood, master spider webs, and the smell of must are surrounding me. My initial instinct is to scream for help, but I stopped myself before I do so. No! They'll hear you! I think to myself, whoever did this, they'll hear you if you scream!
Instead, I decided to put all of my focus into trying to free myself. My body is completely bound in some sort of sticky rope.
Yeah, boy.
I'm picturing this like the protagonist of High School DxD, by the way.
That's fucked up. I could hear the sounds of cracking as it separated. Oh, Snazzy. It came at a fascinating time.
Snazzy, you came just for this. Why?
Ah.
Why, man?
To be fair, he didn't realize we were streaming.
That is true. Very true. He can stay. He can stay if he wants to.
Oh, he was just on the side part. Briefly.
Yeah.
Nora decided he wanted to do a creepy pasta reading today, and he dragged Boss and me along for it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I better. Hey, where did you stop, boss?
Fuck, I don't remember. Oh, I know. I could hear the sounds of cracking as
Yeah.
it separates and re-sticks as they wiggle around. Whatever this stuff is, there is no freeing myself from it. I begin to panic as claustrophobia begins to set in. The idea of being bound and immobilized has always been a terrifying thought for me. The pressure of the blood rushing to my head from hanging upside down for so long begins to affect me. My vision starts to go blurry again, and then the weight on my lungs begins to strain my breathing. Coupled with the anxiety of being in this predicament, I begin to lose it. My composure breaks as I begin to scream and cry. Did you piss and shit yourself too? It's too much for me, even if it means some psychopath comes and finishes me off. I can't stay like this any longer. Maybe I'll get lucky and my kidnapper isn't here. Maybe my screams will be heard by a passerby and they find me here. Oh, okay, great grammar. Whatever year is, I scream and cry. and scream as loud as my pressured lungs will allow. My vision soon begins. My vision soon begins to darken once again. Before I pass out, I notice something. There was a wooden staircase ahead of me, and I soon begin to hear the sounds of footsteps. They aren't heavy, more so they sound like someone is walking with a tap dancing shoes.
Are you awake, dear?
I hear a calm, distant voice from upstairs. The figure begins to slowly walk down the stairs, metallic tapping with each step. I become speechless as I notice exactly who or what the figure is. Whatever this thing is, it's not human. At first glance, because of my affected vision, it appears to be a tall, slender woman. Long, tangled hair covers her face as she slowly approaches. As I pay closer attention, however, I notice two arms holding onto the railing and two more arms grabbing the ceiling above her. What I thought were tap dancing shoes are revealed as long, bony legs with barb-like claws protruding from her feet. As I scream at the sight, she lifts her head to stare at me, massive mandibles opening wide as she lets out a horrible wail. I hear 6 pairs of black eyes opening wide as she...
How loud are her eyeballs?
I don't know. Fucking, I don't know. Obligatory Undertale reference. Oh, Muffets, but fucking faggots.
If I had the sound, if I had the sounds, sound on the soundboard, I would have played it right then and there.
God damn it. Let's see. She rushes over to me, 2 clawed hands grabbing my body, and the other 2 grabbing my face. I can feel the warmth of urine as I lose all composure. Oh, hell yeah. Golden piss?
Down, Dr. Love. He types feet in all caps.
That's beautiful. Hold on, let me catch up with chat real quick. What is Boss's obsession of using that voice all the time?
It's funny.
About it. Boss is a bit too good at the gay voice. Don't worry about it. That's Boss's demon trying to get out. It's getting powerful each day.
Oh, you should have heard his demon in Lawrence's video. That was demonic when he was doing me.
Yeah.
Okay, Lawrence differently when he was voice acting me.
Yeah, I'm clipping that because it's funny. Because deeply closeted gay man. Norman, goddamn it. Fuck. Turns out this is just a Jewish woman.
Oy vey. What am I about then?
She rushes over to me, 2 clawed hands grabbing my body, and the other 2 grabbing my face. I can feel the warmth of urine as I lose all composure. I panic at her upside down face coming close to my own. The
Somewhere
massive
is hearing this and getting off on it because him and his creepy spider lady thing.
I mean, I got hard the minute I fucking saw piss was in this story, but that's a story for another day. The massive mandibles lock onto my face, digging into the 4 centers as I feel the horrible sensation of a fleshy, disgusting tube enter my mouth.
Yeah, boy.
And
I struggle as I feel some kind of fluid go down up my throat. My gag reflex failing me. As she finishes her violation, she backs away and retracts the mandibles into her face. They fold inward, and eventually her face looks just like a normal woman. Her many eyes close shut, but when she opens the 2 located in the normal area where human eyes would be, no longer are the eyes a tar-like black like before, but a regular pair of brown human eyes. As I observe her now human-looking face, I recognize who she is. It all comes back to me, who she is, and where I was before I woke up here.
You?
I say as I try to forcibly vomit whatever was now inside of me. It's cum. I met her at the coffee shop where I work. She came in, struck up a conversation, and we had immediately hit it off. By the end of the night, I found myself at her apartment in her bed. I remember after we did the deed, I began to get lightheaded. I went to the bathroom with splashed water on my face. As I stared at my reflection, my vision went dark and I passed out right then and there. That was the last thing I remember before I woke up, hanging upside down by what I previously thought was rope, but I am now convinced is some kind of webbing. "Hello, dear," she says in a calm and relaxed tone. "Thank you so much for such a wonderful time." She turns around, folding her extra arms behind her back and retracts her claws into her fingers. As she walks back up the stairs, she stops and says one last thing. I know you'll take good care of them. I'm so happy I met you. You'll make sure they're well fed and grow up to be big and strong. Every, every horrible possibility of what she meant races through my head. I begin to panic once again, screaming and crying out for someone, anyone, to help. I soon begin to feel something in my stomach.
Oh no!
I cry out loud. The pain is excruciating and it feels like something's tearing me up from the inside. Yeah, I'm tearing that white boy pussy up. I scream as loud as I can and I feel bile coming from my throat, pouring onto the floor. Almost immediately, I pass out and awaken in a bed. I sit up quickly and realize I'm in my room, in my bed. I begin to sob as I realize that it was all a horrible dream. I walk into my bathroom and splash water on my face. I stare at my reflection and realize I look like absolute shit. My complexion is pale like a corpse, and the rings under my eyes add to that comparison. Suddenly, I gag and bile expels from my mouth. The pain isn't like anything else. I grab my abdomen reflexively and notice something odd.
Damn, he must have made a event cake from a Las Vegas vending machine.
Damn, that's crazy. I feel around with my hands and realize there are dozens of tiny lumps. They are moving around under my skin, inside my body. I scream and scream as they move their way up my body until they reach my throat. Soon after, dozens of bird-sized spiders emerge from my mouth as their sharp, clawed feet scratch the inside of my throat as they climb their way out. I try to scream, but my voice is blocked as one after the other. These small monsters are birthed from my esophagus. Once again, I pass out from the pain, the panic, and the exhaustion. I awake, still on the bathroom floor. The lights the lights are still on, and I feel all around my body. I feel skinny, like all the fat muscles would sucked out of me. I am barely strong enough to stand, but I somehow muster the strength to use the bathroom sink to pick myself up in my reflection. I notice that I look even worse than before. I'm even paler, but now black liquid stains my mouth, chin, and chest. I hear shuffling come from my bedroom, and I slowly approach the door. Shaking, I open it, and the shock of what I see leaves me speechless. All around the room, there are children, small, normal-looking toddlers, completely naked and covered in black slime. I sit and stand all
completely
around
normal.
them, and I have no words. I have no idea what to do. I try to speak, but only a small peep comes out. Fucking hell. Let's see, where am I? As soon as they hear the sounds of my words failing to come out, they focus their attention on me. There is an uneasy silence as I stare at them, and they stare at me. Suddenly, 4 more sets of eyes open wide as they all let out high-pitched shrieks, their mouths opening wide to reveal horrible-looking mandibles. They rush over to me, and I scream as they latch on. I fall to the floor, and I mentally prepare myself to be eaten alive. But that doesn't happen. They are hugging me. Tiny arms wrapped around my arms, legs, and body as they rub their tiny, horrible faces on me. I want to scream, but I don't want to set them off. One of them looks at me right in the eyes, a creepy-looking smile forming as it retracts its mandibles back to its face, and the tiny black eyes staring into me. Fucking, I suppose this means today is my first Father's Day. I hate my life.
They're gonna have Sig read this one. All of them. This one's really short.
Okay.
Copy.
Alright.
Paste.
Alright.
Let me zoom in. Let's see it better. There we go.
Just a short one, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I do your stupid voice boss or just...
Do whatever voice you can do. Do whatever voice you want to do.
Once there was a boy who loved to read. He read everything he could get his hands on and loved going to his favorite bookstore. One day, the boy realized he had read everything the store had to offer. He confronted the owner and asked him if he had anything the boy had never checked out. The owner said, "Why, yes, I do," and pulled out a book called Death. He sold it gladly to the boy at a discounted price of $50. What a piece of shit. They're overcharging a boy. However, he warned the boy never to read the front page. Well, the boy returned to his house and read the book, and he was content. However, he always wondered what could be on that front page. It was always in the back of his mind. One day, the temptation was too much for the boy, and he flipped to the very front of the book and dropped the book in horror.
Right here.
And I did.
In order the word advertisement, that's an ad blocker. That's why it says that. The final part's right here.
There in bold print was MSRP, $7.99. See, I told you! I told you! Even before I got to that, I knew he was short shape. Yeah.
Apparently, Mabel's unlocked a new fetish for spider soda.
That's crazy.
Oh, no.
You wore.
Or it's Mabel.
Good. Found this one. Copy. Paste inserts.
No.
The face in your
Oh Lord, you just picked the worst shit to read, huh?
I just found this a second ago. I was like, is there a Persona creepypasta? There has to be.
Oh, see, that's... Oh, fuck. I see why I went wrong in my creepypasta stream. I went to the troll pasta wiki instead of here.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Let me try to do this. Boink.
Man, I love when websites have absolute shit formatting that makes reading a pain.
Well, I want to make sure that the chat can see it, the text properly. There we go. Yeah, I don't want.
I don't know, Mabel. I don't think anything can beat the Nanako story. No, I know what beats the Nanako story. The fucking Shinji one. That one beats it.
Oh, the Shinji one was great. There we go. And then
I had you fucked up on that one for a while.
you triggered a form of PTSD in me for a while. It was absolutely hilarious. Because we would just be doing something, you would bring up something that the Prego's Ray where she tried to assault Asuka was not as bad, but the Shinji.
Okay,
Oh,
to be fair, in the food array one, she actually did fuck us.
Oh yeah, but that one was I think I was already ready for something like that weird because I'm in Tau server, but no, that I think it was just how long the Shinji one was. Is what makes it because you're just and how many twists happen. It was like a story within a story within a story.
Yeah, it was like a Chuck Palahniuk novel.
Oh my god, that would have to be fantastic. Chuck Palahniuk does Evangelion fan fiction in the style of Guts.
I mean, fuck, I'd probably actually enjoy Evo if it was by Chuck Palahniuk.
Oh, you don't want to know about the Nanako one, South.
It's...
Or do I?
I'm surrounded by people who, despite being edgy, don't, apparently cannot handle the internet's fuck shit like I can.
I have never come to be edgy, boss.
Okay, to be fair, I barely talk to you, so...
Yeah. Like I said, this is the fact I was not expecting that when I was reading the Nanako one. If I was expecting where the twist was going, I would have not been so like, oh my goodness, we're going here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start.
When do we get to this goy slut?
Let's see. The fate is your fate is in the cards. I'll start. I really don't like to talk about my life. However, I feel like I must tell someone about this. To start with, I wasn't really social type. Everyone was accustomed to ignoring me, and most of the time I forgot I was even around. The only thing I ever did was the only thing I ever did when I was lonely was play my PS4. What?
Hold on, let me read this. I like slurs, not reading about horrific sexual acts. Come on, man.
Let's see. Send me the Nautical one box. Was this in the stream? The one where... Because I had Char's mom and you're like walking out on him.
Hold on, let me find that stream.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
On my 16th birthday, I went to GameStop and noticed that they were having a huge buy two get one free deal for PS2 games. I looked at their stock of PS2 games and I grabbed Final Fantasy X, Kingdom Hearts 2, and a game that caught my eye. Caught my eye. It's called Sumigami Tensei Free Fez. I had heard of Persona series before, but I never really played it at the time, because I could never find a used copy. So I bought the game, went home, and decided to try out the game that I bought that day.
Oh, fuck. I don't remember what stream it was. Fuck!
I played some
Stop
Final Fantasy
laughing.
X and Kingdom Hearts 2 and loved it. I was actually really enjoying myself at the time. You know, when you feel great and even though your life is crappy anyway, it's late at night. And I decided to give Persona 3 a try and see if it was any good. You're about to start here.
Alright, hold on. The game start. Fuck, I need to think of a voice. Yeah, no.
The game started up with an anime intro that showed these different characters and some gameplay. After the intro, I was really intrigued on how the game would play. When I selected New Game, I then chose my difficulty level, and it introduced me to the game. Before I could get into the actual game, I had to go through a cutscene with my character taking a train somewhere, and at the same time, showing a girl pointing a gun at her head and then dropping it. She should have shot herself in the head, honestly, with how much of a whore she was. But then again, this city's filled with retarded children who can't kill themselves properly.
He's like a Frank Miller character.
Yeah, I'm trying to be Warshak. That's what this voice is.
See, I was thinking Batman, Christian Bale, Batman.
Oh god, fucking hell! I hate the Nolan movies so fucking much. Let's see, where was I?
It's you pointing gun at her head and dropping it.
After all that, my character then went into a dorm, and then I got to name him after another anime cutscene and a lot of in-game dialogue. My character went to his room and went to bed. I then ended up in what I thought was an elevator. There I met two strange people. One was a short, white-haired man that wore a black suit and had a big eyes named Igor. He looked like the kind of Jew who worked at the laundromat that I should kill later because I'm a straw man for right-wing characters and have no personality other than hating minorities. The other was a slim white-haired girl with yellow eyes named Elizabeth. Igor said to my character, "I see that you finally made it here. Welcome to the Velvet Room. We've been waiting for you for a long time." Fucking hell, is this connected to the comedian's death? Elizabeth then came up and said, "You've been lonely for a while, haven't you?" As soon as I heard that, I was creeped out that they've been stalking me. Was this connected to the conspiracy who was killing masks? I just thought, it's just a game. She was probably just talking about the main character. Igor then said, "Until we meet again," and left. Afterwards, it was day 2 in the game, and my character was going to school. After that,
This is the worst summing up of Let's Play form I've seen.
Scream for AIDS, all voice from Boss. Yeah, he did not say that, Boss. What do you mean he didn't say that? Oh, fuck. Let's see. I went back to the doors and saved using the sign-in sheet on the desk. After I saved, I decided to turn off the game and then go to sleep. The next day, I went to school and spent the whole day alone once again. When I came home, I did my homework and decided to play some more Persona 3. God, this is fucking awful.
Take a start from here.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, sick.
Oh, finally my...
Yeah.
Alright. When I started up the game, I didn't get the anime intro like last time. Instead, it started up in the Velvet Room, but my character wasn't around. Igor then looked at me and said, "Hello again. Welcome to the Velvet Room. Did you have a long day at school again?" I dropped the controller and ran to the bathroom. I splashed my face with cold water, and then went back to my PS2. Igor then told me, "Do not fear. We are simply here to have a chat with you." Afraid but curious, I decided to sit down and look at the TV, with Igor and Elizabeth looking at me. I then asked, "How do you know about me?"
I also said,
Nigga! I'm new, bro!
Fucking hell. Boss, when you call someone a possible homosexual, wait for it.
I thought it was stupid for me to ask. There was no way a game would respond, but it did. Igor put out 4 blue cards and said he has a part of his talk about that. The card told me they contained everything there is to know about you. I sat there in complete silence and shock. Elizabeth said, "We know everything about you. We know that you spend your time alone thinking that everyone ignores you." That's your average Persona 3 fan in 2000s. when in truth, is it you who ignores them? I got irritated and told her that it was not true, and that she should just shut up. Imagine beefing with the CRT. You go, boss.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see, fucking.
Alright. Elizabeth didn't respond like the whore she was. Do not lie. You talk as if you really want people to notice you, but all you really do is ignore them and act as if you were the victim, like everyone else on welfare in this country.
I'm picturing a little bit of like hyper-realistic blood coming down from her face while she says this.
When in truth, you are no better than they are. Your fate is in the cards. Do not try to escape it. Should you choose this path, you will spend your life all alone. Nobody to talk to, nobody to love. You will just stay there and die alone like a possible homosexual.
Okay, you get this, Sig.
I then asked, why are you telling me all this? Okay, I didn't give Igor like a Jewish voice. Igor replied, in time you shall truly know. It is not up to us to tell you why or what you should do. Now then, we must be on our way. We have to start another war. Enjoy your game.
Is this Jewish or Jackie Chan?
I turned off the PS2 and put it away. I haven't touched it again since. But ever since that day, those words that they told me have been stuck in my mind. Your fate is in the cards. That day, I thought to myself, if that is true, does that mean I can change? If our fate is in the cards, can we change?
Sorry about that.
No, perfect timing.
Yeah.
Perfect. Wiggle up the cards, throw them out.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Experience. Oh, I got one. I got one with Zargo.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Let's see, brave. Face. Here he comes, Zargo. He comes.
Alright. Yeah, he comes at night.
Okay. Forgive the length of this message. This is the first time. No, the first and possible. No, this is the first and possibly the last time I have access to a computer. So I thought I better write. What do you mean first? I better write all this down while I can and get it to those who should know. I'm leaving town. I don't know when I'm going. I'm just getting as far as I can. You want to read the paragraph?
Hold on, wait, I'm supposed to read this? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can read up this paragraph.
Okay.
Okay, so I share you now. I took out long and opened up my own auto shop over a year ago when my diaper fur business wasn't working. Business has been going decently well. I can't complain. I've always been grateful to all of my customers who would come to me exclusively when God knows there are so many already established places in town. I mean, where else are you going to get a mechanic that was plain with shit? I've been doing well enough that I was able to hire on my own buddy Neil a few months ago. He really helped me get through after my buddy Richard died from an overdose. I mean, it's been working hard and helping out really well. I always knew you would.
Beautiful. Sig.
Well, I needed to take a day and go to a LeMay's class with Rebecca last month, and so I entrusted the shop to Neil for the morning and most of the afternoon. That's the day I think everything actually started, because when I got back, he seemed to be in a stupor and was covered in oil. He even had some smeared across his face. He's going black. Blackface.
Oh, that's
a to drink it or something. Oh, we're good. I told him to go home and clean himself up because we had no clients at the moment, and I could take care of anyone who came in for the time being.
Yeah. He came back. I like how he introduces Neo as his buddy, but then Rebecca gets thrown in here like we're supposed to know who she is.
What the fuck is...
He came back 45 minutes later, but he was still much quieter than usual. He worked as well as he ever did, but something just seemed off about him. I asked him if anything happened while I was out, and he just shook his head. I asked how many clients we had, and he just muttered something unintelligible. I asked him to repeat himself, and he turned and glared at me. With the briefest moment, I saw his eyes appeared to be completely black. No irises, no scolia, just utter, all-consuming blackness. I tumbled back and bumped myself, knocking things down. When I looked back at him, he was looking at me, but he didn't seem to be glaring hatefully the way he did before. He just seemed kind of out of it. Your boss.
Oh yeah, before we start, I'm always streaming right now. Tempting. Imagine leaving this stream for a fucking mulatto. Couldn't be me. Let's see, where the fuck am I at?
You're here, just a couple.
Run.
Just a couple.
Yeah, it said some woman and then a tattooed biker type looking dude. I assume one of them must have asked for an oil change, and that's when he spilled it. So I asked if he had any trouble, and he simply shrugged. I had looked around the garage while he was gone, and I saw no traces of an oil spill. So whatever had happened must have gotten all over himself, and none of it anywhere else.
May was that uppies on stream? Will you give her uppies, boss?
Hold on. Yeah, let me do that real quick. Well, let me get the chat up. There. Okay. But he seemed reluctant to talk about it, so I didn't press the issue, and we worked on throughout the day. That day and the next were relatively normal, other than him still being awkward and quiet. Fucking Unrested's asking if he can join. Fucking hell.
Where?
Via my goddamn DMs, nigga. Oh. What? You think people don't DM me?
That
fucking asshole.
I think people DM you. I think you get too many DMs.
Yeah,
that's why I could never be a cert. That's why I could never have my own Discord. Because I'm like, I would absolutely lose it.
Well, it's not even for my server. It's like people on my friends list will just blow me up sometimes. Like, dude, I am 37 years old. I don't need this right now.
Especially when it's like utter nonsense. Usually.
Yeah, the fucked up part is it's not even nonsense most of the time. It's shit that's actually interesting. It's just, I'm fucking busy!
I know, because you're a workaholic. Between your asshole job and the zoo of animals you own, you're always on that grind set.
Yep.
Think of it, how is the chickens?
Yeah, the chicks are doing good, the little chick boys.
Do you have a heater during the winter?
Yeah. Like I said, I have my fucking whole place fortified for shit.
Oh, nice. I know it's Texas, but it's as cold. Wanwick said, I would not leave the stream for a mulatto. Aren't you a mulatto, Wanwick? Because aren't Colombians, like, mixed?
No, he's Cuban.
Oh, Cuban.
So he's a full mutt. Okay, so do we let Unrested in or not?
We already have a good rotation going on. It would kind of muddy it up by having more people read.
Yeah, how about you just DM them saying, like, hey, faggot, I don't want you on stream.
I'll simply say, hey, maybe next time.
No, McKnight, I'm not locked in. I'm geeked.
Where did it say that?
That's fucking...
No, just for watch them. And what I feel...
Okay, I'm being sexually harassed by Unrusted, it might not Unrusted, by Dr. Love in my DMs.
Wow, that's gay.
Where Marisu sent me gator pics.
Oh, that's cool, I guess. No, Flame, we're not adding you on. Like, look, fucking, I'm not the one running this shit show, so I'm not letting you on, even if I could.
But like I said, we're doing a good mix of us free reading. We have more and more people trying to read. I've done it before, where I had like 5 people trying to read something, and it's just like everybody reading over each other. It's just simpler to have a smaller stream. Wanwick said he's not mixed; he's full blood, meaning.
Yeah, he's fucking Cuban.
Yeah.
That's about it.
There we go. There's a couple. So yeah, you read that. So now South. Sixth term.
When he came back, I was busy doing a diagnostic for a client. So he put the food on the counter in the office to wait for me, and he went ahead and ate. I finished up with that customer. We'd have to keep her car overnight to figure out just why it kept dying on her. So I asked Neil to give her a ride home, and then I went to grab my food. He'd brought me some Chinese food and an iced tea. Well, sweet or unsweet, because otherwise you know he's evil if it's unsweet. So I opened the soy sauce packets to pour some over my food when I noticed the strangest thing.
Yeah, wait a second. It said, give her a ride home, then I went to grab my food. He brought me some Chinese food, okay? So who got the food, him or his friend? Or did he?
They were repeating food a lot in that
Yeah.
paragraph. The food, my food. He brought the food. It's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah. Also, female driver. Not this. Not the reason.
Yeah.
Okay. It was as if the soy sauce was a living thing somehow, spreading out like a dozen of squirming, inky black maggots. That's don't let Japanese know about that. You're gonna unlock a whole new porn category for them. When it fell into the fried rice and buried itself inside, I took the fork and started to scoop out the rice to look deeper inside, and a small, smoky tendril would rise from the rice occasionally and dissipate. I was incredibly hungry at this point, but I was way too creeped out to eat that I chucked it in the iced tea in the garbage, and I decided to walk till I got home that evening to eat something I prepared with my own hands. I had never in my life seen anything remotely like that. I couldn't even fathom how I would ask Neil if he noticed anything similar, cold and distant as he's been lately. I'm sure he looked at me like I was Looney Tunes, so I just shut up about it. He was the one to an asshole Chinese restaurant, not a Chinese-American restaurant, because I would ask him with how unsanitary their food sources are in China. I wouldn't put them that black maggots in their soy sauce. Average soy sauce experience.
Yeah, soy sauce fucking sucks.
Dr. Love said, Chinese food in Arizona iced tea, black. Different boss.
That Friday, we went down to the old Whiteman Hall as I was due to get some drinks and watch the local bands play. And Neil was just as quiet and decent as he'd been all week. He's not a bad-looking fellow, though. And so, despite him not really going out of his way to speak to anyone, a woman went over to where he was sitting and started talking to him. And they ended up leaving together that night. Fucking nigga decided he wasn't gonna give me any pussy either.
Fuck, you digging in me. You digging in me.
Monday morning, I tried breaking the ice by asking how his weekend went. He gave me a nod and muttered, "Oh, what?" I asked him if he got lucky with that young woman I saw him with, and he gave me the smallest grin, which was quite possibly the first grin. I said, "It went well." I didn't pressure him for details. I knew he'd share if he chose to, and his small grin was enough to assuage my worries and lend me some hope that he might get back to his old self soon.
And then I noticed he blew from his anus, and I wondered what that woman did to him. The day was relatively busy until 3 p.m., so I finally had a spare moment to sit in the office and listen to the radio while I was waiting waiting on the next client. So there I was leaning back in my chair with my feet propped up on the desk when I swerved around to look at my bulletin board that sat behind my head with all manners of clippings stuck to it. I had a few Sunday comic strips, such as Garfield and Calvin and Hobbes, that I would read maybe 100 times since I opened the shop there, but today something was different. Boss?
Yeah, hold on. Fucking...
He's got to figure out what voice he's going to do for this one.
Yeah. God, I fucked up my throat with that voice earlier, Jesus.
The first panel seemed normal, but in each subsequent panel, ink black tendrils crept out from the edges of the frame and from behind the characters. Blood dripped from their ears and eyes, and sometimes even their noses. And on each of them strips, the characters will say, "He comes." Pretty fucking gay, but then again, most liberal media is real fucking gay thing anyways. Better vote Trump, shit, because white people are fucking stupid.
You sound like the redneck who talks about how the skinwalker smells like piss and rust and tells the delivery boy not to go out into the woods.
No, you know what I sound like? I sound like the fucking one guy at a diner who tells you not to go into the fucking lake.
Very much so.
Better not go down that road.
You're like the boss from Smiling Friends saying, "Don't go past the bridge." For our sake.
All right. I sat staring in astonishment for a moment before I realized the tendrils were moving ever so slowly, and then each of the characters' heads turned ever so slowly, Don't have to say that for everything. Towards me, and I threw myself back away from the bulletin board, sliding over my desk and onto the floor. I ran out into the garage and yelled for Neil. I could not be the only one to see this. To my surprise, he had gone, and so I hesitantly walked back to the office and peered inside. The comics were still corrupted, but they no longer appeared to be moving. I crept over to it.
Redneck boss is real and can hurt you.
Yeah. I crept over to it and reached out to pluck one of the comics free when I noticed the inky black tendrils starting to seep across the pages towards where my fingers were at least 3 times as fast as they moved before, and I jerked my hand away. This is just inky. Just rip it off that. Nothing good could possibly come from letting that blot of ink touch my skin.
Hey boss, read me with the chat.
Oh, I'm fucking coming for being so cute.
Followed by Raz, the horror.
Yeah.
Of course, I ripped the entire bulletin board down and burned it in a tin trash can out back and never spoke of it again. That night I went home and my wife was already, I forgot he was married, was already in bed, fast asleep. My mind was, oh god, this is the wife that he refuses to let her see naked.
Wow.
My mind was racing and I couldn't even bring myself to eat dinner. I couldn't even take my wig off. That night was one to vent my worries too. I fell into a restless sleep. I kept awaking to nightmares, and after nightmare, seemingly every hour of the night until I gave up on sleep entirely.
Last Friday, I went to the bar again, and even though my wife couldn't drink, being pregnant now.
When did you get pregnant?
Oh, that's in the script. I thought boss made that up. So it was. Is this Rebecca, the woman that was mentioned earlier?
I don't know who it is. This story
She's suddenly pregnant, according to this section.
Yeah.
Let's see. And Neil wasn't really any fun to hang around with anymore. And none of my other friends could seem to be reached. I just needed to get a good buzz, and I'd start feeling, fuck, better. I reckon. After drowning a couple beers, I excused myself to the restroom, and I noticed I was more inebriated than I estimated. So I leaned over the sink, splashing water onto my face, and that's when I heard it. Like a sheet of fabric being dragged across the floor, a voice rasped so finally out of the dream. It sounded like a prolonged exhale for a long time until I finally recognized the words hidden amongst all those vowels.
He comes.
Cracks appeared in the porcelain, sneaking out from the ring around the drain. At least they looked like cracks at first, but after a few seconds I recognized them as the same tendrils of corruption I'd seen in the comics earlier that week, snaking their way slowly along. I stumbled backwards out of the bathroom door and right into someone's chest. I turned around and stared up into the pitch-black eyes of a 6.5-foot biker with tattoos covering every piece of exposed skin besides his hands and head. I stumbled quickly away from him, and his evil, piercing gaze followed me as I retreated through the door.
We're getting some evil, piercing muck-breaking in a minute.
Whenever you're running for your life, it feels like you're running through quicksand. As I walked across the room, I noticed the biker wasn't the only one staring at me. It seemed every pair of eyes in the place were focused on me, and more than half of those eyes appeared to be perfectly black, with no hint of irises or scleria. A few lips moved, and I thought I couldn't hear their voices over the sound of the jukebox. I could easily guess what they were saying. He comes.
You have to get this part too.
I didn't get a week. I didn't get a wink of sleep that night.
I haven't been able to get much sleep for the past couple of weeks, as a matter of fact. Was I guessing those of those of you who's spoken to me recently could have guessed. I keep seeing these pitch black eyes staring at me. I'm afraid everyone I see will turn and whisper these words to me, staring deep into my soul with evil glares. Every time I go near a sink or go grab a bite to eat, I'm afraid I'll see those inky, sneaking tendrils squirgling towards me. Even my wife has seemed cold and distant lately. She's sleeping with Neo, no doubts. Then tonight, as I drove home from work, struggling to keep my eyes open so that I didn't drift into an oncoming traffic, my cell phone rang as it was Rebecca. She was on her way to the hospital to have our baby, and for the first time in 2 weeks, I was actually happy. Your boss.
She was in the labor room strapped to a monitor when I got there, watching for her contractions. She barely noticed when I walked in, but didn't seem startled when I sat down behind her and took her hand in mine. I tried talking to her, but she was unresponsive, and I was so tired I didn't even realize I started to drift off to sleep until the nurse came in and started moving her.
He didn't realize he was in the wrong room. It wasn't his wife. This was an Asian woman.
Crazy. About half hour later, I put on my scrubs and a hairnet and went in with her to hold her hand and coach her through like they trained us in LeMays. And when she started cursing and screaming, I was prepared for that, as well as her ever tightening grip on my hand. But when I saw the movement in her tummy, my mind started to reel. The doctor said the baby was crying and told her to push. I echoed his orders, and she screamed at me with a voice I couldn't begin to describe. When I looked down at her, she was staring up at me with those same eyes I'd seen on Tobacco, the same eyes I thought I'd seen on Neil weeks before. I tried to jerk my hand away, but she maintained her grip. Black tar-like blood splashed the front of me of the doctor's scrubs, but he seemed to pay no heed. When I looked at her tummy again, black veins seemed to stand out beneath her skin, pulsating. She continued to stare at me, and she was no longer screaming, just grinning. Those obscene eyes spawned into me.
Okay, so you get BT paragraphs.
To invoke the Nezabrin hive mind of chaos. We're getting Warhammer 40k in here. She breathed in a raspy voice. He who waits behind the wall, the doctor continued as he stared down at the child. My child lying silently, cradled in his blood-stained hands. He looked up and raised the baby, and it appeared to be covered in an oozing, inky black liquid, much like that had covered Neil a couple weeks prior. It did not cry out, but it was alive, and it moved when he held it up. When its eyes opened, they were as black as my wife's, as black as the doctor's. In unison, they all breathed his name. Zalgo.
I ripped my hand free of my wife's iron grip and stumbled out of the room, barreling into the nurses passing in the corridor just outside. When I stood up and looked back into the room, I could see the inky black tendrils seemingly to extend from the doctor and my newborn across the floor to where I stood. I turned and ran down the hall to the elevator and slammed my finger into the buttons. When I looked back, the tendrils had come into the hallway, yet no one had seemed to notice until it slivered over their feet and their legs, at which point they abruptly stopped and turned and looked at me with those same obsidian eyes. Your boss.
I abandoned my effort to call the elevator and broke into a panic run for the stairs. I ran down the 15 flights of stairs all the way to the lobby, tore ass out into the parking lot, hopped into my car and started driving. I didn't know where the fuck I was going. I just had to get the fuck away from there. I don't know if I'm going crazy. It certainly seems like it, but I just can't be around anyone I know anymore. They all have those same eyes and those same dead stares. Even my child. Oh God, Lord Jesus, Mary and Joseph, my baby. I still saw those eyes staring at me from the cars beside me. And it was by some strange coincidence, the same biker from the previous Friday night had the bar pulled up beside me an hour away from the hospital and followed me for nearly 2 miles. He turned to stare at me. Yeah. Grinning. I couldn't see his eyes, though his sunglasses this time, but I knew it was the same guy. His tattoo seemed to move over there on free will. The flame scar on his right bicep began bleeding from his eye sockets.
Oh, the famous Batman Silver Age's villain, Tattoo Man.
Man. As soon as I could, I slammed on my brakes, allowing him to fly past me as I swerved to my left and did a U-turn. I think I lost him. That was about an hour ago. I'm at a motel 3 hours out of town, the first place I found that has Wi-Fi. And I'm tired, and I'm shaking, and my hands itches where my wife's nails scratched me open. I honestly don't know what to do, or who I can turn to. This story will sound insane, and I'll probably be institutionalized, and I'm not sure that wouldn't be the best thing for me, but I just can't bear to look into those eyes anymore. Every time I see someone new and they stare at me, I start to panic because I just know it's out there looking for me, whatever it is.
And whenever I lay down and start to drift off to sleep, I hear the words, "Here he comes."
Boss, why are you making this engaging and immersive? Because even though this is a shit, badly written story, at least it's entertaining to read.
Oh yeah. Like they didn't ever play. So yeah, the actual Creepypasta wiki, and then creepypasta.com are where you get a better list of creepypastas. Also, creepypasta.com is way more better formatted than Creepypasta wiki because fandom is awful.
Yeah.
I remember back when fandom was okay. But then they just went downhill so fast, like a rolling stone. Okay, let's see. White was red. A man went to a hotel and walked up to the front desk to check in. The woman at the desk gave him his key and told him that on his way to his room, there was a door with no number that was locked, and no one was allowed in there, especially no one to look inside the room under any circumstance. So he followed the instructions of the room at the front. No, followed the instructions of the woman at the front desk, going straight to his room and going to bed. Your boss.
The next night, his curiosity would not let him move around about the room. With no number at the door, he walked down the hall to the door and tried the handle. Sure enough, it was locked. He bent down and looked through the black keyhole. Cold air passed through it, chilling his eye. What he saw was a hotel bedroom like his. Then in the corner, he saw a woman whose skin was completely white. She was leaning her head against the wall, facing away from the door. He stared in confusion for a while. He almost knocked on the door out of curiosity, but he decided not to.
Yeah.
This distinction saved his life. He crept away from the door and walked back to his room. The next day, he returned to the door and looked through the wide keyhole. This time, all he saw was redness. He couldn't make anything out besides the distinct red color, unmoving. Perhaps the inhabitants of the room knew he was spying the night before and had blocked the keyhole with something red.
I like when Boss pauses for a second when he's about to read, that he goes into a completely new voice each time. Like he's being possessed by a persona. Yeah. At this point, he decided to consult the woman at the front desk for more information. She sighed and said, "Did you look through the keyhole?" The man told her that he had, and she said, "Well, I might as well tell you the story. A long time ago, a man murdered his wife in that room, and her ghost haunts it. But these people were not ordinary people. They were all white all over, except for their eyes, which were red." Dun dun dun. What's really funny is that the story is referenced in Aurora 1999.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, man. Get your goddamn ass on.
Keep going. I'm gonna do that one. He translated that one. Okay. You want to do Clockwork? Your time is up.
Oh, hell yeah, that's the real garbage right there. Fuck it.
Okay, 1 second. I just need to go grab some water real quick.
Yeah, same. I'll be right real quick. Mick and I entertain the chat.
All right. No pressure. So what is this, a well-known creepypasta here? Clockwork, your time is up. Okay, everybody. We're going to get children and childhood deaths, murders, disappearances, clockwork, pretty much everything in this stupid story. We'll be right back. You know what? I'm going to get something to drink too. Enjoy the sign, chat. That's all you're getting for a bit.
I would do some weird stuff.
Okay, I'm back, chat. Sorry about that. Let's see. Let me cook up with. So, chat, we're focused on salamander. Salamander are nice. I remember one time I was running around at a park once, and I got a chance to basically pet a salamander. Salamanders from 40k are amazing. This wasn't about 40k. 40k for love. Anyone else hear that? Favorite bugs you guys like? Out of bugs, you know, I like cicadas. They're noisy, but I like them. They're fun. I had a cicada once. Got in the house. I threw it out. It flew back. Well, I was trying to let my dog in, so it flew back in. Then I caught it with my hat. Took it outside with my hat to let it fly away, and it just stares at me like it's mad. So I just flick it into the outer space. Like, I gave you your chance. Let's see. Me and you talking while we're. 1 second. Oh, I like the picture you sent me, Dr. Love. Very nice. But yeah, it was just like, I saved your life. You're not gonna get eaten by my dog, and my dog loves eating cicadas.
Ew.
I'm just waiting for the other two to come. So, while we're waiting, let me find something while we're waiting. Ooh, I know what to do. Okay, Box is here. Hey, Box, we're just waiting for Sega to come back.
Yeah, chat, fucking, it's gonna take a while, so we're gonna listen to some music.
My mind's telling me no, but my body telling me yes. Baby, I don't wanna hurt nobody.
Yeah,
That Dr. Love every time he tried to sex me.
I'm totally not trying to get this stream fucking cocked right climb like that one time. Oh, no, what do you mean, Cause? This story's fucking great.
Yeah, Cause, don't be a cuck.
With that intro, this is not encouraging, but whatever.
Yeah. No, I was like, you know, this is the greatest theme song to this pasta. I don't care.
I thought you were gonna do like yeah stuff. Cause I'm with the best.
This?
No, I was saying because I was gonna like take the time talking yeah. Cause you know the feed, cause you know what Clockwork's about.
Yeah, I know. Fuck it. I keep forgetting to put other shit on the soundboard. But
Wait, one second. Wait. One second. Download. Is it Yee? Yeah. Here you go. One second. No, let's see. I should have a sound file. Ballad. Real. Sora can help this guy. Skinner. Critic Last Stand, Ballad, Whiskey. I got way too many MP4s. No, I don't got the yee. No, I don't heard it.
Oh, wow! You actually got playback. There we go. I already have it saved. I just remembered that. I just don't feel like putting it in the soundboard right now. Alright, so fucking when do we get to the foreword?
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna play a funny little music when you read. I'll let you take it away and I'll play something in the back.
Hey, let me mute the actual music I had playing in the room then. There you
go. Alright.
Going to turn it down a bit. There we go, thank you. Okay, I'll talk a little louder so people can hear me. A little girl sat in her room. Her messy brown hair was put into little pigtails. Put into pigtails as her hazel eyes stared at the door. She hugged her stuffed giraffe close to her little body and listened closely to the loud yells of her father and mother. I never had any damn kids, screamed a loud, deep voice. All they do is make messes, complain, and draw on the walls. He was interrupted by the shrill, angry yell of the girl's mother. They're children, David! They don't know any better! Okay, you can do it, nigger turn.
Oh, fuck me, Mary Beth. I don't want to hear your bullshit excuses. I've just had about enough of them.
Okay, you can read up to the door.
The girl heard loud footsteps coming towards her room and she hugged her giraffe closer. The door opened violently and in the doorway stood her large, infuriated, overweight father. In one of his meaty hands, he held a large textbook.
David, stop it!
screamed her mother. But the father ignored his wife's pleading cry as he grabbed the little girl harshly by the collar. And she screamed and kicked and trembled in fear. The girl's father held up the textbook. This is drawing on my fucking walls, you little bitch. Asterisk.
Sal, Sig, your turn.
Yeah. Years later, the little girl, known as Natalie, was 9 years old. Going through the stage of puberty, she was naturally a little chubby. Like the usual, she sat in her room watching TV. Her dad was ranting about some economic crap that she really could give less a shit about as she munched on some popcorn. She was also currently drawing a picture. There was a bit of gore in it, but strangely, she really liked drawing blood. It gave her some weird satisfaction. Other than that, multitasking was no problem for her. It became apparent to her at a young age, after having to do so much hard work and labor, that she was able to do so many things at once. Drawing ended up being her talent and passion. It was her way from escaping from reality, where whenever something bad would rear its ugly head and peer in, or when she was simply bored.
Mabel said...
Oh,
yeah, you'll be up here. Yeah, you can
She suddenly heard the closing of her door and looked to the left, pausing on munching on her popcorn. There stood her brother Lucas, who was 14 years old.
Okay, Mabel said, I remember doing a group reading of this trust on Skype. I'm getting great flashbacks now. Mabel's Vietnam flashbacks.
Oh, that's great.
What is it, she said? No, what is it? She could still hear her father yelling from outside her door. Dad's scolding you?
I got Our voice the brother here.
Yeah. Dad's scolding you? He let out a little chuckle. Yeah.
No way. I think we're both used to his yelling by now.
There was a long pause.
So why are you yelling here?
He played with his sleeve slightly and twitched a bit.
I have to ask you something. Yeah. No, I can ask them. It's hard to tell who's who in the zoo.
Yeah, terribly right.
Yeah. Go on, boss.
I have to ask you something. He trained his eyes on her. She frowned slightly, growing impatient with her brother interrupting her movie and drawing.
What?
He moved a little closer. You said you wanted to be cool and grown up, like a teenager, right? She brought up and suddenly brightened up slightly. Well, I have an offer.
Just spit it out, you damn
You know what? What guys and girls do together sometimes, right?
Here goes, Seg. Your turn.
Yeah. Also, fun fact: fun fact. Every reading cuts this part out.
Yeah, it gets really confusing later on once you pull the Jeff the Killer. Spoiler.
So is this supposed to be mine here?
Yeah, you do the next day.
The next day at school, Natalie did not say a word. She did not speak for the whole day. She didn't have anyone to speak to anyways. Nobody could know. Nobody should know. And so, nobody would know. Her teacher picked up on a few of her puzzled expressions, but she dismissed it all as if she just did not understand the lesson. Natalie also felt as if she was in severe pain. She had no idea it could hurt.
Okay. The chat is wild right now.
Feeling scared, she walked home and silently went to her room. But later in the day, she was once again greeted by her brother. Nobody would know. At school, she finally decided to tell someone, even though they weren't her friends. She just felt she had to. She walked up to the group of girls she would occasionally see in the hallway. They looked like nice girls, and they and Natalie had occasionally talked before.
Wait, one second. Oh.
What do you mean this makes you want to drink, Dr. Love? I thought
this
was normal
Maya,
for you,
the ginger girl looked over at Natalie with a straight face. Yeah? Maya said to Natalie, I really need to talk to you about something. It's been going on for a while. You and your friends. Well, I feel like you're the only people I can trust. Maya and her friends seemed to pull a little smirk, but only for a moment. Little did Natalie know that they were hungry for gossip. Okay, here's something funny. So, in a lot of romance books nowadays, they constantly have the male character smirk. So that's the thing people are complaining about nowadays, because in every single one they make him smirk. So, anytime I think about the word smirk, I can't take it seriously anymore because my mind goes straight to SMT4. You're like, he smirked. He's supposed to do critical damage to her. All right, you can trust us. What's up? Yo, boss.
One day later was all it took. She had been getting constant remarks on social networking sites such as Facebook. Why are elementary students on fucking Facebook? One time someone even called her a whore.
The 9-year-old.
Yeah, not to mention their lunch had ended up getting in her hair. It was going to be the least of her problems, but Natalie, being on the night, could not help but be greatly upset at this fact. However, she did not cut, she did not peep, and she never said a word about it. That's why, brothers and sisters, this little white girl got the blood of Jesus in there telling her not to do this shit. That's right, nigga, play that organ.
Reverend Goodlove, what are you doing in here?
I like how I've changed his narration voice about every fucking word.
I know.
As you may recall, so far in this journey, she had kept everything inside. She supposed it was better. She wouldn't let any pain get the best of her.
Hey. Your turn, Sig.
3 a.m. school night. Her mother was going to kill her. The girl known as Natalie was now 16. She was productive at high school, close to the honor roll. For once, she felt calm and happy. Though, like the usual, she would occasionally become a hermit in her room, hiding away from her dad, who still liked to constantly yell.
Oh, you guys can hear me chewing?
What?
I'll put them away.
We can hear you eating, you fat fuck.
I got the Airheads Extremes bites because they're on sale for $1. I was up to the side. I didn't realize you had to hear me.
Yeah, you don't chop like a gator. You chew like a dog. Just 2 bites to swallow.
Well, it's like it's like really hard licorice with a bunch of citric acid on it. Cause I like citric acid. So yeah, I'll keep those for later. Then I didn't realize Chat could hear me. Sorry, chat. You can go back on to Sig.
Though, like the usual, she would occasionally become a hermit in a room, hiding away from her dad, who still liked to constantly yell and scream about the economy, money, and politics, and all of the other bullshit that she was flat out tired of hearing. Her eyes started to feel heavy. She had an assignment to work on, but that was no longer important to her. All that was on her mind was sleep. She closed her laptop, and after her eyes adjusted to the darkness slightly, she saw her old, worn-down stuffed giraffe in the corner. She stared at it, in complete and utter silence. Memories passed through her mind, and she felt tears come back to her eyes, but then quickly she blinked them back.
No more breaking, she thought to herself, but she continued to stare at For you looking at, she said to the stuffed object, it simply stared back with soft black beaded eyes. She shook her head and stood up. She looked down sadly at the little stuffed toy animal and gently picked it up in her arms. She cradled it and spoke softly to it. I'm sorry. Some tears ran down her face. She pet it rough fur softly as she lay down on her bed. She slowly went to sleep. She awoke up by an angry growl of her mother. Exhausted, she slowly opened her eyes. Go, boss.
I can't believe I forgot to take that laptop away. You heard it. I Natalie sighed and pressed her face deeper into the pillow, hugging her giraffe closer. Her mother sighed and walked out. She took a shower, brushed her teeth, and ate some breakfast. Then she got dressed. She put on a gray and blue hoodie with fur inside its hood. That's right, DeviantArt, and I'm giving you details so you can draw this character later because I'm a faggot. It wasn't her favorite, but it was the only one she could wear to school due to the others being in the wash.
At least it's better than Sonic.exe and its descriptions.
These stories are all shit. And they represent exactly why children shouldn't be allowed to have access to literature. And some thin, fashionable boots. Finally, she went down the stairs to get driven to school. She hopped in the car, and her mother sped off.
Just wanted to I'll go. However, on the way there, due to lack of sleep, she slowly put her head against the window of the car and began to drift off. Her dreams, or more accurately, nightmares, consisted firstly of her physical abuse as a child, and secondly, of the sexual abuse she had suffered at the hands of her own brother Lucas. The abuse had lasted for 4 years. Before she had the guts to turn him away, she started twitching and cringing in her sleep, but her mother took no notice. Her mother never took notice. Suddenly, she was jolted awake by the sound of her mother's voice.
We're here! Her mother. Oh, yeah, you can do it.
Just do it. Her mother said with annoyance in her voice, most likely from catching Natalie napping again. She looked at the large sign of the school, which read Walkerville Collegiate Institute for the Creative Fine Arts. She sighed tiredly and stepped out, putting her backpack on her shoulder.
She proclaimed and closed the car door. She walked into the school and chatted with a couple of friends until she went up to her locker on the 3rd floor. She grabbed her books, and before 5 minutes of her time was over, she ran to class. Her English teacher knowingly put her hand on Natalie's desk. "Where's your assignment, Miss Olette?" Natalie swallowed. Yeah, boss.
Oh, I forgot it at home. Sorry, Miss Hellman, you fucking Polish Jew piece of shit.
Minute Hana knew gonna specs. Gonna slap a hoe.
Oh, you time is up, Miss Juliet. Don't disappoint me, Fraggle.
Natalie Singh calls it up.
I also love how this was posted on Facebook, like when she was 9, and CPS never got involved.
Yeah, isn't that convenient? She don't know why, but those words seemed to melt through her. She simply ignored it and went back to listening to the lesson and falling asleep not too long after. Of course, later that day, she was heading back to her locker for 4th period. Yeah, I've got a period right now. When suddenly her boyfriend, Chris...
Chan!
Oh no, Chris Chan, no!
He found a boyfriend-free girl!
Oh man, that fucked up my throat.
You can take it. Oh, never mind. You can finish the part, boss.
No, he will read it because my fucking throat hurts now.
Okay, start from hey,
Hey, talk to me after school, alright? She smiled. She loved talking to Chris, even though he had the IQ of a rock, or perhaps because of that. At the time, she didn't suspect anything. Chris was always sweet to her.
Oh gosh, he's alright sleeping with his mother!
Crazy.
During her French class, Natalie failed to pay attention. Instead, she doodled the things she loved the most. Blood, gore, people being stabbed, knives, and macabre things of the sort. So Mabel, basically. Others would say it would be pretty dark.
Oh, fuck, that is true. Mabel is clockwork. They both got raped as children.
And she did read this. She did read this on Skype, of all things. I keep forgetting.
But she saw nothing wrong with it. For some strange reason, it actually felt like a normal thing to her.
Hey, Mabel, did you use AOL back in the day, or were you with AOL dead by the time you got online? This might not be here anymore.
We gotta wait for the stream delay because I
Miss
told you to fix it.
I forgot. I completely forgot. Miss Alec, she quickly covered the doodles of her on her paper and looked up at the French teacher, quickly trying to hide her fear. Yes, Miss Levis, with a slight turn of her head, Mister, not Miss. He gestured to her to move her arm. Show me your work. She hesitantly moved her arm, showing her teacher the picture of someone getting stabbed by an insane man. The teacher stared puzzled, looked at her for a bit. She smiled nervously. Here you go, boss.
Alright. Erase that and get started on your homework. Fuck. He said in a strangely calm voice. He walked away and she sighed and began to erase the picture. And Miss Olette, Mr. Lavachier, interrupted. She looked up at him slightly. Your time is almost up to get your work done. I suggest doing it now. She got out the remark. Time always seemed to be against her. As far as she was concerned, time could go fuck itself. After class, she walked out of the school and found her boyfriend standing near the fence on the sidewalk. She smiled and walked over, hoping he had something to say that would cheer her up on this miserable day. But as she walked closer, her smile slowly faded. He wasn't smiling back.
Good. Here you go. Da, da, da. I think you can read all the way up to the day after us.
Chris, what's wrong? What did you want to talk to me about? He sighed. Natalie, I think it's time that we should start seeing other people.
I think he broke up. Like, imagine Christian breaking up with you. Like, imagine getting dumped by Christian. I would kill myself.
The lowest of the low, and she felt her heart break. But why? Natalie cried. He responded with a stern look. It's, your mindset, your drawings, they just creep me out. I think there's something really wrong with you, and the saddest part is you haven't told me why you're acting like this. It makes me feel... That's too big of a word for him to say. Irresponsible, so I just can't do it anymore. I'm sorry. And with that, he walked away.
Natalie slammed her hand on the bathroom counter at home. She stared at herself in the mirror, her eyes twisting. I won't hurt myself like the others. I can stay strong. There was a needle and black thread on her hand. It's pointless. It doesn't help. Some weird sensation pulled at her subconscious. She chuckled slightly. No, I'm doing it because I want to. She held up the needle with the thread at the end and smirked. Time's up. Yo, boss.
Piece after piece, cut after cut, even though excruciating pain was going through her, she did not whine. She did not whimper. She did not cry. There were no more tears to shed. All she did was smile. Blood leaked from the pierces and made a slow dripping noise into the sink and onto the counter. And when she was finished, she stood back and admired her handiwork. She stroked the horrendous stitches on the side of her mouth, which spread into a wide smile. She felt the warm, wet blood on her fingers and licked it gently, consuming the metallic-tasting liquid in pure ecstasy. She stopped when she saw her mother's reflection in the mirror behind her and sharply turned around. She saw her mother's wide eyes and pale face, and she looked at her fingers, seeing blood. She suddenly felt the pain and began to cry. Wow, Natalie cried. She had never felt so confused. What had just happened to her? It's called BPD, you stupid white bitch. Thanks to Ronald Reagan, we can have people like you locked up.
Are they trying to open asylums again?
For her.
I really hope they do.
Because I heard them about that, and I was like, that would be really useful. But because that's the problem. Back when the asylums were open, we had terrible practice. Cause back then it was a free for all. Doctors could do whatever they wanted. One doctor was doing yogurt enemas on his patients for the laws.
Yeah.
Now we actually know what we're doing, more or less than more, but still better than back then. You can actually maybe help some people.
We at least know how the human body works a little bit better.
We also know that yogurt enemas and lobotomies don't help anybody.
Yep.
Sig,
to get this over with, her mother had scheduled some therapy for her. What is it calling? Darn it! I'm getting a call from work. Okay, carry on without me a second. I gotta take
this part real quick. Yes, Dr. Love. She did soy face, maybe even pogged at one moment. her mom and dad break into the room and they do like the Beyond Meat. The two guys are like Beyond Meat poking thing at her for raping her. Just pog facing and everything. Her mother had scheduled some therapy for her. Natalie had gotten rid of the stitches in fear of how much pain they would bring, so she went to the sessions with them. She made sure her hood was up, as not to let anyone see. She sat down on the comfortable leather seats and stared at the blonde woman across from her in silence. So your name's Natalie, isn't it? Natalie nodded. I'm Deborah. And I'm here to help. Now tell me, Natalie, why do you have some of your problems recently? What are some of your problems recently? Natalie stared. Time is my problem. Deborah gave a confused look. What about time, my dear? No, dear. Natalie's hands roughly gripped the lever of the seat. Your boss.
Everything makes you live through it and slowly progressing through life, being controlled by society only to be tortured, seemingly no end, until you find you no longer have a purpose. It's a vicious circle. Time does not end, it does not slow down, it does not speed up. It is violent. It makes you live through the torture over and over again, unable to fast forward through any of it. Okay, you fucking bourgeois. The proletariat doesn't say this from getting therapy.
I'm a person like Anastasia from the Don Bluth movie.
Fucking hell. Okay, Linkin Park is too, and fucking Bring Me to Life is too good for this story. I'm sorry.
Time is a flat circle and rolling downhill.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did everything patch through? Where did you stop?
After that.
Yeah, after any of that, Natalie really had no idea what she had just said. She felt like she wasn't really herself anymore. Could this be because of all the things that had happened, that had kept contained? No, this wasn't possible. But for some strange reason, she liked it. The therapist leaned in closer. Sweetheart, I want you to tell me something. What happened to you? That sounds so rude. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Natalie continued to stare. There was a long pause. She smirked slightly. God's about to do critical damage against the therapist. The wound from her stitches opened slightly once again. Why don't you tell me, Blondie? You're the expert. Deborah appeared mildly annoyed. Yeah, boss.
No, I can't help unless you tell me what's wrong. Natalie's fingers started to tear into the leather steam.
Natalie isn't here anymore. My name is James.
Dr. Love, this story made me want to do LSD, then jerk off while hanging myself. That's what happened to Hank in the last episode of King of the Hill.
Yeah. Where's Deborah's eyes wide and she roasts her food.
I'll be right back. Please stay here.
She walked out, leaving Natalie alone. Maybe if she had done something at this point, she wouldn't have come to bear what she is today. Maybe more people would be alive, and maybe she would be sane like she had been before. Just like in my erotic fan fiction.
You're trying to sound like Mr. Plinkett.
Yeah, that was the impression.
As much as I would love to say that Natalie got up from that chair and stopped what came next from happening, I'm obliged to give you the horrid truth. Natalie did not move. She sat perfectly still, in total silence, absolute calm in the chair, and after a while of waiting impatiently, her parents walked in. Natalie stood up, happy to go, but she noticed her parents' expression. Even her father had a strange, saddened expression on his face. Her confusion grew, but she said nothing, and followed them to the car. On the way, while she thought she was going back home, she started to drift off. You got lots? You can read up to the advertisement.
Your time is up. Shut. Fucking hell, can my throat stop? Some beads of sweat. Oh, that's what I was supposed to start?
Yes,
okay.
you go all the way down to advertisement.
Strangely, she heard a dark voice spark in her dream. It sounded almost like her own. Your time is up, bitch! She shot away, some beads of sweat rolling down her face. She wasn't home, she wasn't on the car, she was in a bed, a white bed, in a white room, white power. She looked to her side and realized she was hooked up to a heart monitor. She attempted to get up, but that's when she realized that she was restrained. Ooh, kinky. She panicked. She began to struggle, paused when she heard a door open to her left. A man in a white shirt looked at her, his hands behind his back. He resembled one of the cliche doctors you would see in a television program set in a scientific lab. She paid full attention as
Alright.
Mr. Scientist start to speak. Oh my God, it's the part in SMT when they turn people into trannies in the hospital.
You go, Sig. All the way down to the
All right,
actress.
where are we? Sorry, give you context.
Okay. So you go into the therapist. She went to the therapist. She went super edgy and like Natalie isn't home anymore. And then the therapist is bailed, and now her parents are taking her to a laboratory.
Oh joy! Well, I feel I missed a lot, but no, I'm
not really. You only missed you didn't miss any. You were barely gone, and what happened? She goes to get therapy. Yeah, her mom gets mad at her. She goes to therapy. Yeah, she stitches a smile to her face with some thread. Her mom sent her to therapy. Yeah, you started reading therapy when the phone rang. So yeah, she goes to therapy. She says that she's sick and tired of time, and she's also, as you may say, Natalie isn't home anymore. And then the therapist leaves, and her parents take her to go to a lab. So you can start from the top.
Okay. So what passage is it? You don't need to worry.
No, the very top. Go all the way down to start from the top. I can only imagine and end at the actress.
Do like what a Frankenstein voice or an Igor? Yes, I can only imagine how very confused you must be right now. He said, "But I'm letting you know we're only here to help. Your parents agreed to allow us to administer medication to you in hopes of helping your state of mind." Natalie opened her mouth to protest, but was quickly silenced. You don't need to worry, the doctor sought to reassure you. You'll be back to normal in no time. Just try to relax. He walked over, and as he did, she tried to skittishly move away, but was unable due to the leather straps binding her wrist and legs. He carefully took a mask and put it over her mouth and nose. She stubbornly tried to get it off, but felt herself starting to slip under as the drugs kicked in and her eyes slowly shut.
Suddenly, Natalie woke. She couldn't comprehend what she was seeing. She was being given multiple injections, and some was being rubbed on her skin. She felt woozy, but some otherwise completely aware of her surroundings. Okay. She entered a rare state. Patients sometimes find themselves in while undergoing surgery, and what they're able to see as they are being worked on. In this state, they can feel the pain, and their brain is active, but they are unable to respond. Natalie, however, was able to. Her heart rate began to accelerate and reflected on a nearby monitor, and the doctor took notice of this. They looked at her and noticed her open eyes. Yo, boss.
One of the doctors yelled at another. Natalie couldn't make out what they were saying, but she suddenly felt a rush of adrenaline.
Shaking violently, she started to slip out of her hands. One of the doctors going to hold her down. But you know that, dude. So, Natalie watches all three of the doctors backed away in unison. She sat on the edge of the bed, and the IV twisted her arm on the mat. Fast from her face. When she got to her feet, started to stumble towards them. Her breath hitched and her vision was blurred. She was vaguely aware of my hands. I was shackling like a mad wire. But suddenly she felt a searing pain in her chest, and I nipped her chest in agony and dropped to her knees. She coughed up blood, fell prostrate on the floor, and blood died.
Yeah. Get sick?
Natalie woke up slowly and groggily sometime later. She found herself back in bed and the doctor sitting beside it. "I'm so sorry, Natalie. Something went horribly wrong." Natalie didn't know why, but she felt a tremendous amount of hatred towards the doctor. He took notice of her disgust and looked away instinctively. "You weren't supposed to wake up while we were giving you the doses for your mental state," the doctor continued. "We aren't sure how it affected you, but we have a feeling we're going to find out." He paused for a moment before taking out a small mirror. The entire time he looked away from her. "Regrettably, the medication impacted your appearance as well." Natalie looked at herself in the mirror, and her eyes widened.
Her eyes were completely green. She noticed she still had the cyst in her mouth as well, but for some reason she couldn't help but feel overjoyed. Her heart rate began to rise again. She gave a low chuckle. The doctor looked on in shock as Natalie quickly moved towards him. Until she close enough to him No, for him to feel her breath. Doctor, began, still chuckling. He trembled slightly and pressed the button on the underside of the monitor. Yes, he said in reply. Your time is up. A loud scream was heard through the halls of the facility. 2 security guards rushed into the room and kicked open the door. Blood. Yo, boss.
Blood was the first thing they saw. Blood on the walls, on the bed, on the floor, even on the ceiling. Natalie had strapped the doctor to her bed. Fucking the bed was bent at a sharp angle and the doctor's spine was completely snapped. Blood poured from his eyes, nose, and mouth, and there in the corner was the murderer, happily drawing her gruesome pictures on the wall in blood alongside the hastily scrawled face. Your time is up! Natalie slowly turned to look at the guards, and a wide, crazy grin spread across her face.
Hello, friends. Would you like to play?
Hey, look, it's Dr. Love. And with that, Natalie began laughing uncontrollably. After getting electrocuted by a Humvee, the guards quickly drew their guns, but before they could act, Natalie charged at one of them. One of the guards fired around, but Natalie was able to dodge it. She grabbed a large knife with a sheath on his pocket and slashed it right across his waistline. Blood and organs flooded out, and he collapsed to the ground. She inhaled deeply, loving the damp stench of death. The remaining guard shook with fear and dropped his gun. She slowly walked up to him and placed the tip of the knife against his chest.
I'm finding a clip. I had a video with the play in response to her saying your time is up. But we could. How much stuff was posted? Y'all were chatty today.
Yeah, fuck you, boss. God damn it, fuck you, boss. Get cancer, all it. Hey, don't worry about it, man. My fucking leukemia is probably gonna come back because that shit never goes away. So you got your wish, Jim.
Here, one second. The sidebar. Paste. This is response to your time is up.
I have a dream.
Oh.
That every man and woman will fill out a job application and be judged by the work they wish to do. Do not fear this paper. It holds no.
I love all these AI Martin Luther King videos. They're funny.
Yeah.
You just finish this part until it gets the actress boss.
Alright. Oh, time is up!
She slowly slipped a knife down his chest all the way to the end of his abdomen. His organs spilled out onto the floor and he collapsed dead. Natalie's mother had been sleeping soundly in her room beside his, but she awoke to the sound of knocking on her door. She groggily got up and walked out of the bedroom into the front door. It was pouring outside and the thunder boomed in the distance. She approached the door but paused before grabbing the knot. She detected a faint sound of a chain laughter. The rain of thunder seemed to quiet down suddenly. She pressed her ear against the door and listened closely.
Hello, mother.
A voice called from the other side called out. Natalie burst through the door, wielding 2 knives. Her mother stumbled back, hitting her head against a nearby coat rack. One of the hooks penetrated her skull, and she bled considerably from the resulting wound. She fell to the ground paralyzed, but still conscious, lying in a pool of her own blood. Natalie towered over her and then knelt slowly to meet her mother at eye level and displayed her blood-soaked blades proudly.
Here you go, Sig.
I was suffering, mother. Natalie. She ran the tip of the knife across her mother's cheeks, cutting it slightly. Natalie tilted her head. You did nothing. All her mother could do was shake and gasp like a fish out of water. Natalie grabbed her mother and gently laid her flat on the ground. From there, she straddled her and began cutting a V into her chest. Her mother could only gasp and shake. She choked and gurgled, and her breaths became labored. Natalie knew she didn't have much time left. She proceeded to forcibly She proceeded to forcibly open her mother's chest cavity with a loud crack, reached in and she grabbed her mother's still beating heart with her bare hand. Its pulses were growing farther and farther apart. Suddenly, she ripped it out, blood spraying all over her face. She stared her mother directly in the face as she took her final breaths. "Sweet dreams," she said to her mother's corpse. "Your time was up." She put the heart into her mother's mouth. Oh my!
Yeah, this story's.
She put the heart into her mother's mouth, patted her cheek softly, and stood up. She wasn't done yet.
Again, that's what's funny about these Jeff the Killer ripoffs. They keep going more and more. Because remember, Jeff failed to kill an 8-year-old in his own story, and he failed to kill an 8-year-old in front of his own. That's what's so funny about his story.
That's unfortunate, Marissa. I'm sorry you had to open this up.
Oh yes, we're reading creepypasta. What do you expect? But yeah, no, it's This is really funny about these teenage creepypastas because they just go over the top and you're just like, okay now.
Why can't y'all make a story that...
Natalie's father, David, has stirred awake and had realized that his wife had not returned to bed yet. His eyes had just adjusted to the darkness when he suddenly noticed Natalie standing at his bedside with a crazy smirk plastered on her face and her nearly green-tinted eyes glowing in the darkness. She was covered in blood and the scent was unbearable. She frowned dramatically. "Oh dear, mother's gone. I wonder who will get the money." Was the mother the one working?
Oh my god, fucking...
Natalie jeered. She swiftly grabbed her father's forehead, laughing maniacally. "That's all you ever cared about anyway." Wait.
Yeah, by the way, Chad, I'm fucking actually drinking now, so, yeah.
Her father, unlike her mother, was a fighter, and has smirked up and grabbed Natalie by the neck and threw her to the ground. He tried to stomp on her chest until she coughed up blood, and he stared down at her.
If I did drink, boss, I would be drinking right
now. It doesn't feel good, Daddy. She laughed in spite of violence and coughed up for blood. After all, you'd never seen the mind doing it all these years, didn't you? He narrowed his eyes. "You aren't my daughter!" You go, Sig.
A wider smirk spread across her face, and she peered at him with her luminous eyes, blood dripping down her mouth. "You're right, I'm not." She suddenly tripped him, causing him to fall hard to the floor. She scrambled to her feet, knives in hand. They say the bigger you are, the harder.
Oh yeah, by the way, today it's Mary Sue's birthday, by the way. Chat. Well, it's Mary Sue, happy birthday.
And yes, happy birthday, Marisu. I hate your brother for convincing me to do this. Screw him.
I'm a stinker, aren't I?
While he was winded, she grabbed a pillow and stuffed it into his face and then stomped on it harder and harder until loud cracking noises could be heard. When she finally pulled the pillow away, her father's face was gruesomely mutilated, and he was making muffled noises and crying in agony. "What's the matter, Daddy? Pain too much for you?" She shoved both knives into his stomach and left them there, then moved to rip one of the large, heavy wooden poles from the bed. She set it down on her father's leg and withdrew the knives.
Yeah.
You want to continue?
Yeah, yeah, you do it all the way up to the advertisement. But by the way, no, they took her to a facility and never explained why she was sent to this facility. Did they plan on having her to a murder bot?
Oh no! So there's no context put it in. This is just an excuse to have creepy blood. Okay, gonna need these. She chuckled and sat down upon the pole laid on his leg. Suddenly she started. Suddenly she started to rock back while sitting down. The weight from her body on the pole slowly started to squeeze his innards up through his body.
That's not how physics works.
He started to gag and blood poured from his mouth. His breath was silence and she hit a bit of a snag. Come on, she snarled as she forced herself to rock back with more weight. Suddenly his organs burst out of his mouth. The nasty gore piled onto the floor on the sides of his face. She nodded to his carcass and started to walk out. Your time was up, Daddy.
Finally, this would be her favorite part. She quietly snuck down to her brother's room, silently opening the door, blood dripping from her knife, making a low, tripping sound as the droplets hit the hardwood floor. No hardwood. Her brother wasn't in bed. It was apparent that he must be hiding somewhere. She grinned. So, by the way, because they cut out the scene where the brother assaults her, they completely cut, most YouTubers cut that part out. Her going to kill her brother makes no sense to those YouTube videos because he was the only person in the family who wasn't abusive to her in their version of the story. Oh dear brother, come now. She started to walk inside. All I want to do is have a little fun. As she stepped in more, she listened closely for any sound, any breathing, any moving. She even sniffed the air for his putrid scent. And the closer she listened, she finally noticed something. A faint breathing noise. Whack! She fell to the ground, trembling. Her brother was behind her, with a new bloody baseball bat. He was glaring down with anger, panting in rage. She tried to slowly get up, but he hit her again and again and again. I'll read this part.
Whoa.
No, I think you can read this part, boss.
Oh, yes, the best part.
Yeah.
Mother always did like you, bless you, bitch.
He hit her hard one last time before taking a breather. She was bleeding heavily, her green eyes drooped and glowing faintly in the darkness. She felt weak and looked closer up at the ceiling. She recalled the days she had spent in here, being tortured, having to go through it for 4 years, looking at that same damned ceiling, familiar ceiling. It sent a son of her body.
Well, Mercy did say, not Mercy, Mabel did say Evangelion dialogue a little earlier.
Oh, that's fucked up. She started sad, started laughing insanely. Imagine that's the whole laugh. I'm not vocalizing the rest of it. I'm fucking tired of this goddamn story.
This has been going on too long.
Oh yeah, I forgot how long the story was.
Okay, where is it? My turn
yeah.
now.
You go.
All right. Her brother went to hit her again, but used both of her knives to block it. You're going to hell, brother. With a large push, she sent her brother flying on the bed. He hit his head against the wall, and I'm just reading fast and get this door word, and growled angrily, about to lunge at her when she stabbed the two knives into his arms to keep them pinned to the wall. He screamed and struggled rapidly. Let's see what we can use here. She started walking around the room and smirked, seeing a simple butter knife on the bedside. She picked it up and walked over to him.
I see. Oh, they say that the eyes are the softest organ on the body. She slowly licked the knife. Soft as butter. He looked in horror, trying to get away as he started to dig in his eyes with the knife. He shrieked loudly. She quietly tied a cloth around his mouth. Now, we can't have you waking the neighbors. He hasn't been able to see anything. The pain was unbearable, blood leaking violently from his eye sockets. He would cry, but now incapable. She dug around for more items and picked up a pair of scissors. She walked around over to him, crawling over him. I think you need to cut loose, brother. She stabbed the scissors into his gut, and he cried in muffled screams of pain. She treated him like an arson craft, cutting through skin like paper. She lifted up his large intestines and smirked wickedly. Yo, boss.
You know what I love? Macaroni.
She started to cut the intestine in sections.
These might be a little too big to put on a plate now.
She could hear his brother? Okay. Foaming blood from the mouth. However, he had to swallow the blood back because of the cloth around his mouth.
Doesn't that taste good?
She licked the blood off her fingers.
I sure like it.
He let another muffled scream. She went down to his toes and started cracking them and ripping them off one by one. After a while, his screams grew futile. His throat was raw and bloody by now. Next, she worked on his fingers, snapping them and ripping them off slowly. You just copy and pasted that last part, you fucking hack. The gurgling became louder, and he started to squirm. He was choking on his own blood. She pulled the cloth down, and blood poured from his mouth, and turned his head to the side and vomited violently.
There, brother,
she said, patting his head.
Eat this and feel better.
She stuffed one of his fingers into his mouth, making a jam into his throat. He choked and slowly died.
Your time was up, Batman.
Hey, here. The girl known as Natalie walked into her room, dripping blood off the corner. She saw it. Her stuffed giraffe. She knelt down and stared at it. Then, without a word, she stood back up and walked to the bathroom, staring at herself covered in blood. She heard a faint clicking noise. She looked down and saw a pocket watch ticking noise. She stared at her hands slowly turning, listening to the ticking for what seemed like an eternity. She took out one of her red knives as it heavily dripped blood into the counter. She grabbed the pocket watch and disassembled the watch into only the small clock was left. Time makes you live through the torture, she said. She slowly bring the knife to her eye, slowly progressing through life, being controlled by society. She started to slowly dig into her eye as the vision in her left eye grew blurry and red, until she could no longer have a purpose. Until you no longer have a purpose. She felt her eye start to come free from the socket, blood pouring into the sink. Its vicious cycle, she felt it dangling out of her socket, a sharp pain where it connects into her head. Time does not speed up. It does not slow down. It's violent. She grabbed onto the cord of her eye and tore it right off, her eye falling into the sink. It makes you live through the torture over and over again. She started to place the clock into her eye, unable to fast forward away from any of it. It's called sleeping. It's sleep a lot. You'll be able to fast forward for a lot of it. There was a squishing sound and drip of blood until it seemed like the clock fit perfectly in her socket. I am clockwork.
You want me to just keep reading this?
Yeah.
Finish it through.
Good, sir.
The young 16-year-old, formerly known as Natalie, walked away from her burning house. The flames engulfed everything, and inside the giraffe slowly burned, along with the carcasses of her family. Some say she still lives on, carrying her insanity with her, leaving so many dead, saying she decided when their time should come to an end, the only way to detect her presence is you're cuddled close in the covers at night, sleeping soundly, but in the darkness she watches, she determines. You hear ticking like a crocodile looking for a one-handed man with a hook to kill, and you see a green flash of that putrid clock eye, because she's also green. If she is there, you know your time is up.
Dun dun dun. That was.
The story.
This story was so long. I didn't know how long it was.
Yeah, we bloated the stream up. Also, this is why I'm drunk now.
Yeah, we've been going on for 2.5 hours. Let's see how many we're not reading. 1, 2, 3. I have a no sleep story. That's only a few paragraphs. You want to do that, or we want to call it for tonight?
Oh!
You know what? I'll read the no sleep part,
Okay.
and then we'll call it.
Okay, we'll do one more.
Yeah, we'll do the one. No, we'll do the one. No, yeah, Boss will read the no sleep. I grabbed one no sleep. Ooh, that is bad. Okay, go 1 second.
Dude, that's huge.
Wait.
Come on.
Yeah, this was way too long. I thought this was a short one.
God damn it.
Yeah, let me find something else then. Go back here. What are the stories? Length. Let's do a headache. The daring doll. Sort by. Story length. Rated that category. All categories. You want to just end it right there for now? 'Cause I can't find any other stories.
You know what? That's fair.
I think I had a good time.
Yeah, it was decent.
Yeah, definitely fun watching Zig slowly die inside.
Yeah.
We got to watch Edgelord's first baby story of gore and cringe and whatever the hell that was.
Oh, by the way, I have the Zargo Yukiko, not Yukiko, Yukari in the thumbnail as well.
Oh fuck! I can barely see here. Though.
So let me ask you. That's all we'll do. I'll pull up the image and I'll go for all the different little things I put in there. So let me grab the image. Share screen, and then let me open the image up. Wait. Window capture.
Oh god.
Yeah. Drag it down here. Open. There we go. So, I threw a lot of little references in this image. So this is an artwork that Boss made, and I just used the kaleidoscope effect on it of Rize to make it look like this. This is a PNG of I used for a YouTube video I labeled Corruption, where I used the music from this one guy. This is a picture from a Barbie movie. This is a picture of Yukari that me and Boss met around a Photoshop to Zargo-fi.
No.
This is if you know who this is. South knows who this is. Michael from SMT4, because I wanted to get that's a really cool design. Zombies Are Hungry. If you know, you also know for this guy. And then I took Pennywise and what's her name? Kathy, what's her face? The woman who held up a decapitated head of Donald Trump once.
What, Kathy Griffin?
Yeah, Kathy Griffin looks terrible. So I photoshopped her over Pennywise because that's what she looks like. So then I put that in here, and then this is a picture Boss had me make. Of us at the Twin Peaks cabin drinking Absolute Vodka Everclear and a whole bunch of Marlboro cigarettes.
Accurate to my average weekend.
And of course, I had to put the critter up there.
Yeah.
It's like that. Yeah. Let's say it again.
No, that one's cute. It's the one spot of wholesomeness amidst the sea.
Oh, wholesome! This thing has seen blood. This thing kills. Look at those soulless eyes.
Only because you guys ruined it. It should be something good.
Hell, look at my recent thumbnail. Fucking, it makes a cameo in that.
Ah, yes. It's like where's Waldo's?
Alright, cause hold on, let me pull it up. Fucking, cause what I did here is that's supposed to be the Grim Reaper opening the door.
Okay, one, two. Alright, let's see.
It's in the sidebar.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're good to go.
It's coming for your soul.
Swiss.
That thing is more scary than any of these stories. No, we should Zalgo. We should Sonic.exe that fucking plushie one of these days.
Oh, that would be fantastic. This is a great thumbnail.
Yeah.
I like how you still see the face. Oh, you can't see it. I don't know if you can see it on stream that well. My monitor's a little dark. But on my main monitor, I can see the face still.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
I don't think chat will be able to because of YouTube compression.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you can see the face.
But yeah. Like I said, what's really fun is the background. You can make fractals in GIMP. I didn't know you could do that. So I just started. I'm having a lot of fun making fractals. I've been doing that in a lot of like this thumbnail. The background is a fractal for my real thumbnail. That stream had a fair amount of views for some reason. Was this great because we just stopped playing the game halfway through just so we can create Neko Black.
Yeah, nigga arc.
It was absolutely beautiful. This was my last creepy one. This was my last creepypasta thumbnail I did, where I basically made Boss do all the reading while I played Cave Story. I put it in the sidebar.
Yeah, my fucking throat hurt after.
Yeah, I realized like, oh, this is mean. I made. Cause I wanted to do the. And he was bleeding I wanted to do the. He had hyper realistic eyes and hyper realistic blood, so I just photoshopped some eyes of a T-posing Rico.
And give a few people to give Boss's voice some time to heal.
Well, yeah, that's why I decided to bring on you as well. So we can rotate, have a healthy rotation. This is for a Santa Leaf stream I haven't done yet. That's my Dead Rising one. More Dead Rising. I'm really upset. I'm really mad that I didn't realize that that lady wasn't in the first game, and it was a Triss. So that thumbnail was wrong.
Yeah, AK, that stream's just Mabel being a fucking prick deal with that.
It was hilarious. It's like, how long is it gonna be until it's gonna get? Well, my problem was how long it took me to actually get the game set up. I love this thumbnail for the Doom stream.
Yeah.
The Dragon Guard stream. I made the Dragon Guard stream after drinking some. So what happened was this Dragon Guard thumbnail was made after I drank Everclear. This to prove that Unrupted was a lightweight. So I drank like 3 ounces of Everclear and made a thumbnail and then streamed where Unrupted could barely stand up after 1/2 blue moon.
Yep.
I need to get back to streaming Expedia pretty free. Hey, Sig, it's fun. Sig, it could have been better. I could have had you on for my Kamala Harris fanfiction stream where me and Boss read Kamala Harris raping Donald Trump and impregnating him.
I think I don't know if I was there for chat of that and stuff, but no. I'm not.
I need to do more Fear and Hunger streams because I really enjoy that game.
I can tell.
This was the one we also do need to finish the Financial Fighting comic.
Oh, God.
I also just play more Hades on stream because I do like playing Hades.
Oh, Hades 2 is out now, and
yeah. I haven't beat Hades 1 yet though.
It's good. It's pretty good.
Well, yeah, I got into Elysium. I can get to Elysium consistently. Why did you tell me to set up? What is
I don't know.
This is my stream. There's a lot of variants. Hard streams. I fixed some of these thumbnails to get rid of the streaming, and I realized it was completely unnecessary. Some of these thumbnails actually do not work anymore because of GIMP updating them. Because GIMP got updated, the old ways that things render are no longer working anymore. So we'll have to need to finish Lovely Little Fleas one of these days.
Yeah.
That was just... Where is it, Jesse Otaku? We're waiting.
We're never seeing it again.
Yeah, or never.
Oh, God.
This is a fun thumbnail to make, just making them all tangled into each other.
Yeah, was that the stream where I just ranted about how much I didn't like the games?
You went on a long rant about Persona 4, and I stopped after you were done and said, so you like the game? And you're like, yep.
Oh. Yeah.
We still need to finish
Remember Sears? Remember Sears stores?
Well, I titled that. I used to go to Sears. I watched so many. That's how I started watching. I watched several Disney movies at Sears, unironically, while my parents were looking for appliances. Because they would have Disney movies or not DreamWorks, Blue Sky Films. And while my parents would take forever to look for appliances. So I was like
they had
all about that way.
They had video games too. I don't know. I distinctly remember just playing this Spider-Man game on like the PS2, like when they had like not just a demo, it was like on the full-on game you could play and stuff.
They had a pretty good. They had a pretty good kids area. Some places had a pretty good kid area.
Yeah.
So like one Sears that we went to, there was just a giant table for kids to draw while they played Ice Age on loop. Yeah, I do agree. We should play Shadow Hearts to finish Shadow Hearts. Aeon. The glorious.
Yeah, this piece of shit.
I did want to play Prototype. I'm so mad. I learned how to play it. I just need to see if it actually works. Yeah. It's amazing how many... because I put Obama and labeled the stream, made a joke about Obama because of earlier in chat. I got so many different viewers thinking it was actually about Obama.
Yeah.
And of course, I had to do the Trump one to make people mad. Because that Photoshop got me death threats. Which was absolutely hilarious.
Yes, whereas before Ice Age 3 or whatever it was, however many they've made at this point.
I've seen 1, 2, 3, a bit of 4 because my brother was watching 4 on TV once. I only liked 1 and 2. I don't really like 1 now. I haven't seen 2 in forever, so I don't even know if it's good or not.
I haven't seen 2 in a while. I mostly just remember 1. I watched 1 a lot. And Robots. Robots is also one of theirs, and that is great.
Yeah, no, boss. I needed boss. Made me get the idea of doing a robots edit where I edit the the movie to the Dark Side of the Rainbow or Dark Side of the Moon.
It wasn't Dark Side of the Moon. It was the Black Parade.
Oh, Black Parade. I can't remember what one it was. Yeah, I'll you know me. I have no brain. Word going one ear, not the other.
Oh god.
This was the fun that I like making them. This was the fun that I like making a lot. There's also actually a good character story as well.
No.
I also like making this one too.
A 6th Ice Age, jeez.
There's a 6 Ice Ages? Wait, a new one's coming, but Blue Sky's gone. How are they making new Ice Ages?
According to John Juan, it says a 6th one. I have no reason to disbelieve him. I mean, would have Disney acquired it at this point?
Disney, yes, they did buy it. Which is interesting. This is a fun note for. I will eventually do a stream where we go for a series of Dust Chat because the next, not this, 2 more events from now, there will be an event where Samwise will be one of the leads, and y'all have Chad hasn't seen Samwise in the main because she's not in the main story. She's only in side content. But she'll be taking a event chapter lead. So I'll be reading. So that is a thumbnail I made because it was either FGO or this, or a. Then I flipped the coin and FGO won, and then my channel got striked. So damn you, coin.
Yeah, that was a funny stream. Just fucking everybody's up at 12 something in the morning. Goes up at 3, I think.
Oh yeah, we streamed for a while. Regulus would do use Linux, not Linux. Combo West.
No.
I do want to play more Scooby Doo on stream because that's fun. And here's the Saddle Hearts. Thumbnail. I did. Go.
We're going to talk about Alien Earth. I refuse to watch that just from the clips I've seen of that.
I heard it was fine from Dr. Unrested, but Unrested is the kind of guy who watches hentai in general, so I don't know how reliable his opinions are.
It looks like it's trying to juggle way too much with the androids, with the Earth, and just this.
I have not seen any trailer for it, so I have no clue what's in it or what time period even take place in.
Everything I've seen of it looks terrible, just horrible. But I mean, if you enjoy it, whatever. At least it looked like it had the aesthetics right. But I want a better story.
I want to see Raised by Wolves. I heard that trailer looked interesting.
It did look. That one looks trippy. That one just looks really weird.
It's weird how many sci-fi films are coming out are exclusive to Apple.
Yeah.
Like who actually has an Apple subscription?
They're funded by their pure just phones and all that. They
make $1,000. They make $1,000 profit on their iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
It costs less than $600 to make, and they sell them for $1,600. So yeah. Yeah, no, like I'll eventually watch Alien Earth. Well, I'm gonna watch all the Alien films all the way. Just skipping Alien vs. Predator. I would even
Alien. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, and it's including Alien Covenant. I don't know which one's considered worse, Alien Covenant or Alien 4.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never actually seen Covenant.
All I can say is I don't really give a fuck about the Alien franchise after the first movie.
Yeah, the first one's great.
I love the second. Aliens, I think, is fantastic. I think it's arguably better than the first.
It is a good movie. I think the big problem is James Cameron really wanted to do something very different. And because of that, as a sequel, it's just all over the fucking place. It's a good movie, just not a good sequel if you're a purist.
It changes the whole feel, the atmosphere that was the first one. but I really like it for just what it was, for the fact that it did try to do a different setting to it, while still incorporating the creatures and kind of even expanding them a little.
Yeah. Let's see. I think that's good enough. I think because I need to get downstairs and get some stuff done. So, good night, chat.
Good night, everybody. Have a good
night,
one.
everybody.
Yeah.
I've been happy being. And I'm sorry that we haven't talked for so long, but I've been happy being on my own. And I got a great big gun, and hold on while I shoot a great big hole in my skull. 'Cause it's kind of like I've made that hole, so I might as well sit here on my own. And I contemplate what it is I want, so I can decide if this is working or not. And it's not, I know, but where can I go when I love his whole, but his parts are so broken, and I heard before, and there's still a hole, but I promised I'd give this a go. Clouds are forming so quickly, it's too fast, but the building's been built and the sturdiness won't last. Now, no, you can get easy pain in the ass, and I am trying, I will do what I must, but it's not, I know, and where can I go when I love his whole, but his parts are so broken, and I heard before, and there's still a hole, but I promised I'd give this a go. Keeping my mind together, now can't withstand this stormy weather, and what is worse is this comment obstruction is lonely when all you can see is destruction. It's cold, I know, but where can I go when I love this world? But I'm out on my own, and I heard before, and there's still a hole, but I promised I'd give this a go. Sometimes when he tries it gets better. Sometimes when he tries it gets better. Sometimes when he tries it gets better. Most times he don't try, he don't try, he don't try.